You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. Cubs, Brewers in Milwaukee. First time this season the two teams meet at American Family Field for a 3-game set. It begins tonight with the Miz on the mound. 6:45 first pitch tonight for the Cubs and Brewers. Pre-game coverage starts a little after 6 o'clock following the all-new Molly and Jim right here on 100.5 ESPN. And I think a lot of you might need to know that you can listen to the game tonight on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. And that's because tonight's game is televised, streaming exclusively on Apple TV+. It is not available on over-the-air television or on the regular Brewers TV network. Exclusively televised on Apple TV+. Remember that if you're out for a fish fry tonight and you're asking the waiter to turn the game on. It's only on Apple TV+. Wilde and Tausch starts now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde and Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Friday edition. Did I miss the I got the open stories that Tausch had to save because other things were going on twice earlier week? Did he use them both while I was gone yesterday edition? Did I talk to Matt LaFleur yesterday? Yes. Have I actually done the interview for our Madison Magazine story? No. Hoping to do that right after today's program edition. And I had a Jesse Nelson moment yesterday, and Sydney is hoping that we can secure the CCTV security footage edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the ESPN Wisconsin app, which is available in both the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from what is truly an undisclosed location, because I'm not sure where he is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, Jason. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Although I had a bit of an incident yesterday at the volleyball summer league that was embarrassing and a little bit painful.
You fill your britches, or what happened?
So I was not on the show yesterday, as
Jesse,
some of you may have
before Jason
noticed.
gets into it, what? So he's obviously a great tease in the open.
Mm-hmm.
Embarrassing, he said. Filling your britches would be tough. I don't think that's what he did.
I did not do that, no.
I'm guessing it's a stumble and a fall. That's typically, and he referenced you.
Yeah.
What do you think, old boy? What do you think happened?
Well, when he said Jesse Nelson-related incident, I thought that could go a number of different ways, and that says more about me than anything else, which I'm kind of not looking back. There's some reflection to do here, I think, for myself. I think he tripped and fell. Also, by the way, you said you were at her first varsity match, and I definitely thought that was golf when you said it, because you never said what sport. So I guessed, and I was wrong.
Well, and my question
my
was,
bad.
when Jesse told me that, was there's varsity sports going on in the summer?
Yeah, it's the summer league, but again, she was a freshman last year. This was a big deal for her. She was really excited. She will tell you she's not available. She's at gymnastics camp with Paula and Maddie, but she did not play well in the first match, and I think the moment was really good for her for a growing experience, because then she was great the rest of the day, which was awesome. I was not so great, and you guys see, this is why this show has survived and thrived for 10 years. So in between her matches, one Wisconsin, which has a beautiful facility, I believe it's affiliated with the Love Madison professional team.
You were down here?
No, it's here in Green Bay.
Oh.
One Wisconsin. No, Jesse, come on. I would have swung by the studio during my time off, at least.
New
Said
coach
hello.
for Love Madison. Saw that announced this week.
Yeah, I saw that too. What happened to Charlie Furbringer's dad? Where'd he go?
He's coaching some U.S. national team now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep.
Well, he was not there. No one was there scouting. It was an important day for Sid, and I wanted to be there. So what I did not want to do was embarrass her. Which this is why she would like to see the CCTV security footage, because you guys are right. I had a Jesse Nelson style stumble into a snowbank. My Spider-Man lunchbox goes flying. It was, and I don't know, among my injuries, I may have broken my right pointer finger. It is very swollen today. I'm going to go get some more ice after icing it a lot yesterday. And I think I may have banged up my knee. I might need Tausch to give me some pointers on how to overcome knee problems. It was pathetic. They have a lovely facility, and they have like a terrace level where you can watch from upstairs and look down on the courts, and you can see all the courts. It's great. It's really a smart design. But you got to take some, metal stairs up and down. And I was going down the stairs, and I don't know if I was watching volleyball that was occurring on one of the courts, and I missed the last step. And I went full, like, Superman flying straight forward, airborne, parallel with the ground, and flew far enough that I almost hit a post that was probably 8 or 9 feet away from the end of the steps. One nice teenager came to my aid and said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yes, I think the only thing I hurt was my pride."
Pride.
Thank you. It was a good line, I thought. She just rolled her eyes because that's what teenagers do. But I appreciate her checking on me. But, yeah, it was really bad. And Sydney, I came back upstairs because it was in between matches, and I told Sydney what happened, and her first question was, "Do you think we can get the security footage?" Which I will reach out to One Wisconsin today, because I think it would be really good digi-only video fodder if I can acquire that. But
will they give that to you?
I don't know if they would. I know Jesse was not able to secure for public consumption the video of him falling on his way between the parking garage and the ESPN Madison Everlight Solar Studios.
That whole scenario is still goofy. The fact that he would show everybody what was going on, but we couldn't release it is still that's a conversation. None of that makes it
hard.
Sense
No,
to me.
it's a very secure building here, and
I still haven't gotten to see it.
Well,
very secure unless you ask to see it, and it's like broadcast off the back wall. But yeah, very secure.
So I hope that they have a looser policy, because it was painful, but I think probably funny. And then the capper was obviously Sid's coaches, because they weren't playing at the time, were sitting nearby, and I came up when I had stopped at the bathroom, and I walked back, and I said, hey, did everybody see me falling just now? And they both said, you fell? So they didn't see it. So I'm hopeful that there are fewer people that actually saw it than it felt like there were. Jesse, when you went Crash Bandicoot crossing the street, were there other people around, or were you able to get up and dust yourself off and remove the snow and know that not many people had seen it, and then found that the security video would not be released publicly?
To my knowledge, no one else was around when I did this a couple of years ago. For those who may not recall, it was a very snowy morning. The snow had come pretty early, and so I thought the roads were going to be, relatively clear by the time I was driving in, and that was not the case. So even though I left early, it took me more than an hour to get in for my usual 20-minute drive, and I ended up being I parked at like 8:57, and I was trying to book it up here to try and get in here to start the show, and trying to take the shortcut through, there's a, where the sidewalk is, and then there's the little grass that goes to the street that's like 3 feet wide. And I was like, well, I can cut right through this little snowbank. And I stepped in it. It was a thick snow. And as I went to move forward, my leg just stuck in like the ice compacted snow, and I went straight head first down. I was carrying my red lunchbox. It went flying up into this tree right next to us. I got and I'm already frazzled from how long it took, knowing I'm gonna be late to start the show. That was bad. So it was a bit of a tunnel vision. I don't think anybody else was around. And from reviewing the footage, I don't think anybody else was visible, so that's probably a good thing. And we'll never be
Jason,
able to
I think we've all had moments like that. That's part of life, right? That's you're just fortunate. What, did you just snap a finger? That's kind of what you're thinking.
I think so, and I definitely banged my knee, and I know you've been battling through and getting some treatment, so I'm hobbled a little bit, but I'm not as.
It's a shame it's not middle of training camp and Doc McKenzie can't go take a look at you.
Well, he's retired now, so he has all kinds of time on his hands.
True.
I might have him check out my very swollen finger. And again, my family, I love my family, but I'm the butt of a few jokes around here, as many dads frequently are. And when I showed them my two index fingers to compare, someone who will remain nameless, but her name rhymes with Maddie, said, I don't know, Dad, all your fingers are kind of fat.
Oh, sausage
fingers. I didn't think that was necessary either.
Snap.
But anyway, I am happy to be back. What did I miss yesterday? Did you tell both of the stories that you had said I got the open for? Did I miss them?
Oh, yeah, you did.
I told one. Yeah, I don't know how that was all received. I thought it was a fun story. We got a lot of good, interaction after. In essence, I'll give you a quick summary because I know not everybody listens every day, but also there are a lot of people that do listen every day. So I don't want to bore them back with it. But basically, my buddy Stud Rocker turned 50. He had a surprise party planned. His mom planned a surprise party for him, sent out I don't know if it was Facebook. Sarah ended up having it. It was on Monday or Tuesday of this week, and he had buddies that he played with that came back, and Stud Rocker got wind of it in the middle of the afternoon. It was a 5 o'clock surprise party at a local brewery, and Stud Rocker said, I'm going to surprise y'all, and I'm not going to show up, which I thought was genius. So that was I guess, the gist of the story from yesterday.
He no-showed?
Yeah, he no-showed his own surprise party.
His own surprise party. Yeah.
Wow. I don't. So why? That's the surprise. Why would he surprise people who were gathered to celebrate him turning 50 by not showing up.
He didn't want a surprise party. It was, I don't think he ever wanted it. Once he got wind of it, he said, I'll surprise y'all. I'm just going to shut my phone off, and I'm not going to talk to anybody. I'm out.
Wow.
It did lead. A lot of people were asking yesterday, Jason, would you appreciate a surprise party thrown for you? And we all thought, no, you would not.
No, I would. I like to throw parties. I don't like to.
When's the last party you threw?
You don't throw parties.
You love Jason Wilde, Mr. Party Thrower. I'm surprised we've been able to do this show 10 years, as many parties as
throw
you've
that
thrown
many
Just call
over
him,
this decade.
Just call him Gatsby having people over for shindigs every weekend.
Come on.
All right, so Paula is younger than me. I will.
That might have been the most outlandish statement we've heard in 10 years of this show.
It is definitely not. No, it's not. It's not.
All right, let me hear all these rabble.
I'm a complicated fella. I have thrown a 30th birthday surprise party for Paula and a 40th. She has got a little ways to go before she gets to the big 50. So I've got 50? Some.
How long till she turns 50?
She will be turning 47 in August, so we've got a little bit of time there.
Jeez.
So, yes, she's.
You went young, huh, big fella? Holy cats!
Whoa, Nelly!
She's 7 years split?
She's 7 years younger than me. Yes.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, well, there was a time. There was a time when I had some measure of appeal.
That is so weird to think about because
I know exactly what you're going to do.
What am I going to do?
Ahead.
No, you tell me what I'm going to do.
Whoa, Nelly! You're going to compare different age points of that age differential to when you were younger.
I mean, you'd be in prison at certain points in life.
Was I right about what you were going to do?
No, you're 100%. Yeah, of course you're 100% right.
You were celebrating your 21st birthday when she was a freshman in high school.
No, she wasn't even a freshman. 13? She'd be sixth
grade.
Wow, good on you, Wilde. Now, glad you ate it and didn't do it as
Whoa, Nelly!
Yeah, I didn't bring it up.
You actually did.
No, I didn't. Oh, the old party thrower here, the old Party City USA, Miley Cyrus, Jason Wilde is the one who did this.
Yeah. We obviously, when the girls were younger, we threw a lot of parties there. I was more of the invite guy, and Paula would do kind of the details. But yes, 30th, 40th, and since I am very confident in the fact that she doesn't listen to the program, 50th, we'll have a surprise. You'll be invited.
Sure you will. Yep.
Jesse will be too, but I assume Jesse won't show up just to get back at me for not coming to his wedding.
Oh, my Lord.
All right, so
I've heard it all.
I
have heard it all.
I'm gonna go get the poster during the commercial break. I'll hold it up that I made for people entering. Yeah, it happened.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So you throw one party every decade, and that makes you a big party guy.
My point before I was so rudely interrupted and doubted was that I would prefer to throw the party than to be the guest of honor for it. So I am with what is his name? Rockstar Johnny?
Stud
what was
rocker.
that again?
Stud rocker.
Rockstar Johnny?
Well, I knew it had I knew it had
I knew it had a Johnny in it. Actually, no, it didn't. But that's a Rockstar.
All right, we will plan more parties, including our 10th anniversary party coming up a little bit later this year. But one of the great partners that are supporting it, of course, is Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Yeah, and when you're throwing a party, you don't want to be hanging over all the balloons are this, the cake is this. Wilde knows all about that. He also knows about great windows. And shopping for new windows and doors should never include haggling. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they never use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team manufactures your windows, sells, installs, and services them. Real pricing, premium quality, no game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
We will discuss the great conversation I had with Matt LaFleur yesterday, which was not the conversation that I need to have with him, which is scheduled for today. so I can write my Madison magazine piece.
So
Next.
you've basically spent a week talking to your good friend Matt LaFleur. Now that I think about it, because you had the right. It's been a week. Three straight days.
It's elongating time.
I will explain.
Tier 1.
Old Wilde smartly says, you know what? I have something scheduled for Tuesday, but I can drag this and get 3 days of it, that's playing chess.
LaFleur's coming to his party for sure.
Oh, you know that's right.
I'm planning his 50th birthday party as well. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Olson Toon. Well, first impressions matter, and your outdoor space is often the first thing people see. And since 1997, Olson Toon has been helping homeowners and businesses across Dane County create and maintain outdoor spaces. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and year-round maintenance, they're your team for everything outdoors. Ready to elevate your property? Contact Olson Toon today and learn more at olsontoon.com. Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon difference.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Looking to save thousands on your next vehicle? Head to Metro Ford of Madison for their employee pricing event and the hail sale. That means employee pricing on select new Ford vehicles plus additional hail sale savings that could put thousands back into your pocket. Whether you're shopping for a tough F-150, a versatile Explorer, or a fuel-efficient Maverick, now is the time to buy. Inventory is moving fast, so don't wait. Visit Metro Ford of Madison on Wayne Terrace in Madison or shop online at MetroFordofMadison.com.
Mike, what's one of the most important questions people should be asking about metal roofing?
It should be who's doing the installation. It takes focus, precision, and technical experience. We'll answer all your questions.
After all, we are masters of metal roofing.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweta. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweta metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweta Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
One of the traditions of the green and gold offseason, State of the Packers, is coming to you this Saturday, live from Summerfest from noon until 3. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Join Jen Gabe and Chewy's Gabe Neitzel, 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, and Packers beat reporter Jason Wilde, and me, as we go position by position. Where do the Packers stand ahead of training camp in the 2026 season? 3 straight hours on the Green Bay Packers from noon until 3 this Saturday on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Summer is the time to enjoy the outside. Enjoy the deck, the patio, the fire pit, the shade, the screen room, the in-ground pool. Enjoy all of it in your own backyard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's top TimberTech decking installer and can deliver a design and build your next maintenance-free deck with a custom screen room and automated pergola. To get started, stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited's amazing Madison showroom and visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com. Let's build that new backyard with Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Looking for a fun new way to golf on Monday nights? The Bridges Golf Course in Madison is teeing up a brand new 2-person scramble league. Grab a friend and compete head-to-head in a relaxed format, men's, women's, or co-ed. Great for beginners and experienced players alike. Monday nights at the Bridges Golf Course in Madison.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
It's the Miz
Misiorowski deals. Struck him out!
versus the Cubs.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Pete Crow Armstrong almost fell down.
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
I will explain my scenario with the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. We played a little phone tag the last 2 days, and we had our lines crossed, even though I was right and he was the one who got it wrong, earlier in the week, which is why I haven't talked to him. But we are scheduled to chat after our program is over, and I will explain that coming up. Jesse, I looked at the show sheet, which I know not everyone on this program does, and it appears that you are doing your part to promote the State of the Packers, because we're going to do kind of a State of the Packers Eve show here today to kind of get people ready. That's really nice of you to decide to do that. Why?
I've never been part of the State of the Packers show, but it is one of my favorite shows every year on ESPN Wisconsin, when you and Alex Strofe and Gabe Neitzel get together at Summerfest, and for 3 hours, it's talking ball, and it's diving into position by position, what's at stake this year, a preview of what's to come. And so I wanted to help garner awareness that that's taking place tomorrow from noon to 3 on ESPN Wisconsin and on YouTube. And it's also, because it's on a Saturday from noon to 3, a lot of times people are out and about, available in podcast form, and you can watch it Sunday night on YouTube if that's your preference. Like, it's available all weekend long, really all summer long as we get into the 4th of July week. But it's great for if you're up north over 4th of July week and you get a chance to just sit out on the pier and listen to the show, or have a cocktail in hand sitting on the deck, whatever it may be. It's a great show to catch up on and just provide in-depth 3 hours of analysis on the State of the Packers. And I thought it would be nice to dive into it a little bit with Tausch when we have a chance here coming up.
So it's a show that is near and dear to my heart, and I don't brag about much other than the fact that I handpicked Tausch to be the co-host of this show, and I chose very wisely. But the other thing I would say is the origin story of State of the Packers is basically the origin story of this show if you go back far enough on the radio family tree. So for several years,
that's like saying Adam and Eve are,
no, I don't think it's that far enough. I don't know if it's that far back. I think it's more like the old Law and Order episodes that they had led to shows like FBI and CIA, because they're all in the Dick Wolf verse, kind of like NCS has a bunch of different versions of their show, right? So in the early 2000s, I was a daily guest on Homer's show. Then I became a daily guest on what was called the D-List in Milwaukee. And then we decided to do a Packers-centric show from Summerfest. We were looking for Summerfest programming, and we called it State of the Packers. It was with the legendary Bill Johnson, who I know sometimes listens to the program. I know he's embarked on a different career now, so sometimes work interferes, but I know he remains supportive of the show that he helped set on its path. But we did the show from Summerfest. It was 3 hours. We called it the State of the Packers, like the State of the Union. And it ended up becoming Green and Gold Today, which we did before Tausch jumped on board for Wilde and Tausch. So it really is it has a long history. I believe the first year we did it was 2004 or 5, and then it went on hiatus for a little while. And I think this is the 5th or 6th year since we brought it back. So it is Alex Strofe. It is Gabe Neitzel. I joined them for those 3 hours at Summerfest. So if you're already going to Summerfest, I don't know who's playing there. I think, did Ed Sheeran play there last night?
I don't know.
Okay, somebody big played there last night, and I don't know who's playing tomorrow night, but we will be there from noon until 3. We've got we used to do it in like a tent, and Ecuador Manta, if you're familiar with their music, they'd be playing on a sidewalk nearby, and it would sometimes drown out the show. So we've now got the very nice ESPN Milwaukee, what is that, a mobile studio? Is that what we call it? It's really a trailer, but it's really nice. So we'll be there tomorrow from 12 until 3. Stop on by. We've got the prize wheel. We've got all kinds of fun stuff going on around that area, and we look forward to that. But we will get into kind of giving you a taste of what we'll be doing tomorrow, coming up next, after I tell you about Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Now, we're not staying overnight in Milwaukee. We're heading down in the morning. We're heading back. We're going to go see Oma before we head back to Green Bay. But if we were staying in Milwaukee, that's where we'd stay. They've got the most beautifully designed rooms, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms that are the biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, celebrating something big, or having a place to stay when you're doing State of the Packers. And you're steps away from all the fun stuff happening inside. And I know that my favorite part is eating. Whether it's the Dream Dance Steakhouse, the Marketplace, Rockin' Brews, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, or Cream City Coffee Company, there are food and drink specials happening all the time. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, or perhaps a 50th birthday surprise party, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. We'll get to more Wilde and Tausch with, I believe, Tausch, since we didn't really give him a chance to talk there, next. So stick around.
We're on the Packers.
You can't sit here and tell me that you're comfortable with the idea of the Green Bay Packers playing 8 games without Mike Parsons.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
That's very uncomfortable. That's extremely uncomfortable.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, and all summer long, you know what beverage you'll find in my hand when enjoying some time outdoors. That'll be the cool, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. At a baseball game in Milwaukee, grilling in the backyard, out on the golf course, every experience goes from good to great with a Rocky Mountain cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold activated bottles and cans turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection, which besides the refreshing taste is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Every kid deserves a chance to have fun, and that's what Paul's Party is all about. Paul's Party is a Madison area nonprofit helping kids with physical disabilities experience the joy of sports. They fund expensive recreational equipment and activities like sled hockey gear, chairs for track, tennis and basketball, and much more, so more kids can enjoy the fun. Because at Paul's Party, sports are for everyone. Learn more or make a donation today at paulsparty.org. That's paulsparty.org.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and lease a 2026 Honda CR-V Hybrid Sport for as low as $299 per month. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honeys. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buck and Honeys to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buck and Honeys experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buck and Honeys.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
This is our crew.
1-2 pitch to Churio as a fly ball to center. Hit well. Going back on it is Hill. Track. Wall. Bye-bye baseball.
This is 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Wilde and Tausch rolls on. Here's my poster that I made for the 30th birthday. That was hard to do, by the way. That was before we had AI.
Yeah, you could do that in 5 seconds now.
All that fun stuff. That took a lot on MS Paint. Took me a while. So I have not, Tausch, had my conversation with the ball coach yet. We had traded text messages. He had suggested Wednesday. I said, sure. Wednesday sounds great. He said about, going golfing. He's a big golfer with my buddy Sean Rozacek. And he said, all right, so maybe, 1:30. I said, okay, sounds good. Turned out he thought it was Tuesday, so he waited on Tuesday for me to call him, and I never did because we had agreed on Wednesday. So we're on the wrong page. So then Wednesday it didn't work. Yesterday, he was golfing again, and his brother's in town. They're having a great time with the head coach of the Cardinals. So some well-deserved time off before you get into the grind of training camp. And as you have taught us, you hit the 4th of July weekend, and you start smelling the grass and thinking about camp. They kick off camp on July 29th. So I'm hoping to talk to him today. But I did talk to him briefly from volleyball, and he's not super excited about this conversation, but I think it'll turn out well. So I'm looking forward to that.
Why is he not super excited?
Because it's about him, and I know that there's a lot of folks that, not a lot, but at least some folks that are not huge fans of him, and I disagree with him. I know the word soft was bandied about the other day when we talked about him. I think smart is good. But I do think that he's not perfect by any means, and there's pressure on him. But I will say this. He got that question last year about, do you feel like you're coaching for your job? And I thought his answer to that was one of his best moments when he said, I feel like you're always coaching for your job in this league. And I just thought he handled what could have been a very awkward question in a press conference with a guy who is not always fully engaged or doesn't really enjoy press conferences. I thought he nailed that answer. And again, nobody cares about how he answers questions. They care about whether he wins. And once
you care.
I do, but nobody important. Nobody in the fan base cares. What they care about is winning, and that's obviously something that they need to do this season. All right, so Jesse, as we were discussing, we do have the State of the Packers show coming up tomorrow from noon until 3 at Summerfest. And we thought maybe it would be a good idea, or at least Jesse did, to go through kind of where the Packers stand as kind of an appetizer. Like when you walk around Summerfest, you get different snacks. You get a little fried eggplant. You maybe get some cheese sticks from various places. So this is kind of the appetizer leading in to tomorrow's show from Summerfest. Although I'm a little concerned, Jesse, it appears that you've decided that this one-word thing is a way to go. We did that a little bit with LaFleur on Wednesday. Did you guys do a one-word thing again yesterday?
No, but
it does seem like you're kind of smitten with this concept.
You can frame these questions however you'd like, Jason. I just don't want to ask the exact same question that you're going to be answering tomorrow and spoil any of the fun of the State of the Packers show. So I just want to have the conversations in a different way than you're going to tomorrow. However you'd like to do that is up to you.
No, I defer to you. So tell me what you have planned here.
Let's start, since you're talking Matt LaFleur, let's talk about Matt LaFleur.
Soft, I believe you said on Wednesday.
I don't know if we did the one word for Matt LaFleur the other day, and I think that was an interesting exercise. What's at stake for him this year, and what would the results have to be to either change Packers fans' minds who are out on him heading into this season, or what would change the minds of those who are supporting him negatively this season?
I'll take your first question first. I'd be curious to know, Tausch, because again, as we establish on this program fairly regularly, I'm not a fan. If the Packers win the NFC North and they win a playoff game at home and then lose a divisional round game on the road, will Packers fans feel better about will Packers fans who don't particularly like Matt LaFleur, will they feel better about him if that is their trajectory for this season?
Yes. I think winning the division needs to be at the top of the list. I've said that all offseason.
You have.
Matt LaFleur has not won the division since Aaron Rodgers has left Green Bay. The first year of Jordan Love, we all were very pleased with the development and where he was at and winning a playoff game. And since then, we've kind of been stuck in neutral. And it's not as if Goody has not made some moves. Obviously, the Micah Parsons is at the top of that list. But we shouldn't be in neutral 3 years into this new era. Because to me, Matt LaFleur should be judged on his Aaron Rodgers era. And now all of those things are gone, in my opinion. That era is
all
dead.
The players.
The new era of Jordan Love and his development, I am very pleased with Jordan Love's development through Matt LaFleur through his first 3 seasons. Very pleased. I'm not as pleased about the rest of the team and kind of that resiliency factor that I think, fair or unfair, that does come down to coaching. Coaches, that's where you kind of get, how do you battle back when bad stuff happens? How do you fight through adversity? At this point, I'm not sure where you would give Matt LaFleur. Like, how do you feel Matt LaFleur has helped his teams handle adversity? Jason.
So I look back on the 2023 season, which is AR after Rodgers, right?
Okay.
Because 2022,
his best coaching job that season, I believe.
Yeah, well said. Because look, 2022, yes, Rodgers broke his thumb. Yes, they still made a mistake in moving on from Devontae Adams, and no one will convince me otherwise. But they had a lot of adversity that year, but they still had a win and they're in scenario at home against a Lions team that had nothing to play for. Do I think that team would have gone far in the playoffs? I do not. No. But they still had a chance to make the playoffs after all that, and they didn't deliver. And they really delivered a clunker of a performance with a lot to play for in what turned out to be Aaron Rodgers' last game. So that also counts on his ledger, obviously, along with the 2 NFC Championship game appearances and the best record in the NFC, and then losing at home to the 49ers in a debacle of a performance in that playoff game. Look, 2023, you and I are in alignment. Best season of him coaching. And they overcame a ton of adversity. 2024, they lost every game they played against really, really good teams, right? Mm-hmm. As it turned out. The Lions twice, the Vikings twice, and the Philadelphia Eagles twice. So I don't know if you can look at him and go, oh, boy, he really overcame adversity, and the team did that year. No. They won the games they were supposed to win. They maybe had 1 or 2 good wins where you're like, okay, that's a good team that they beat. And then last year, I mean, look, I think we did this exercise earlier in the week where if you look at the 4 straight losses to end the season, again, the legitimacy of those losses, the first one is Denver, where they're inches away from being up by 2 touchdowns on the road on that throw that Watson gets hurt on. But then they lose their stud defensive player. They go in the tank in that game. And Tausch, you've been in those types of games, right? Where you're losing important pieces. You lost Zach Tom earlier in that game. From a mental perspective, that is hard to overcome as a player. Fair?
Sure.
So you'd still like to win that game, but you didn't.
But that's where championship teams show up. That obviously last year wasn't a championship team. And I just keep looking at, if I'm looking, the positives of Matt LaFleur, there are many. I think he's creative. I think he's smart. I think he runs a really good offense. There's a lot of things that you have to like. But I do think it's fair to ask how much this team, how much have they been able to handle adversity? Because that's all people will talk about when they're evaluating players. When you lose a defensive player like Micah, it is really hard to overcome it. When you lose Jordan Love for a few games, they've actually handled that better.
Right.
You know, with Malik Willis and how that, I think that, to me, my favorite moment of Matt LaFleur's from a positive standpoint is how he brought Malik Willis in on 19 days in his offense and executed a game plan to perfection. I think it was against Tennessee or Indianapolis.
It was Indianapolis first, then Tennessee. Yep.
Down in Tennessee. There is just a lot to really like, but that's where I think Packer fans get super frustrated. Because coaching, it is real easy when you have all your guys and everything is humming. A lot of people can coach when that happens. It is when you have to make adjustments and when things aren't going right. And, they're blitzing us and we can't get a first down in the second half in a game. That's where you have to unify your troops and say, you can't just keep going 3 and out. Mm-hmm. And that's where I think Packer fans get super frustrated with Matt LaFleur, and I think it's fair. I think that criticism of Matt LaFleur is incredibly fair, and how you change that, well, you got to finish better. Well, how do you go about doing that? By doing it. There's no other way of getting through is by doing it, and that's where I think Matt LaFleur's focus this offseason has probably been.
Well, and let's be honest, not only have they had trouble handling adversity, they had trouble handling success, right? I mean, they had 2 games where they, against their biggest rivals, as they have now once again become, 16-6 lead at the 2-minute warning, 21-3 lead at halftime. And they blew both of those games. So not only did they, and then they didn't handle the adversity once it hit when those leads evaporated. The 2 games that, look, they were pitiful defensively against the Baltimore Ravens. That's inexcusable. That was a pathetic, awful performance. And Matt LaFleur deserved to be criticized, and so did everyone else involved with it, with the exception of Malik Willis, who, by the way, had 3 incompletions in that game. And we all forget how well he played that day, of course, because they had 307 rushing yards that they gave up. And then, as you love to point out, the most important Bishop's Charities game in Packers history that I covered so well in the Metrodome, or in U.S. Bank Stadium. I look at their 4 consecutive losses to end the regular season, and I look at their playoff loss where they blow that lead, and this is why those types of games are so bad for your legacy. How many times have we talked about the 2014 NFC title game and what it did for Rodgers?
It takes one game to flip. It takes one postseason to flip that narrative. And I think Rodgers was maybe a victim, and I don't like using that term, but he got success early.
Right.
And then that success built more and more, and when you fall short, the disappointment hits more and more. Now, the pressure isn't quite the same as a Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, because they don't have that pelt on the wall. You get a pelt on the wall, you kind of can always say, well, yeah, I understand this was disappointing, but I'm going to always have that pelt on the wall. Right. When you don't, the pressure continues to add. So, Jason, what is Matt LaFleur's biggest weakness to you as a coach? Not as a dude, as a coach.
I think the biggest, I don't want to say weakness. I want to say
you want to take a beat and tease this out, because I'm open to letting you do that. I know you're a thoughtful guy.
I will take a beat. I will not have a meal. Lois is not home, but I will take a beat and allow you to tell us about American Family Insurance before I deliver my answer.
Well, American Family Insurance is always a great call. I've been around the game for a long time, and you know what? Having the right people in your corner, whether you're the coach at a G&G, a player, that makes all the difference. That's what you get with American Family Insurance. Local agents who understand what you've built and who help you protect it with the right home and auto coverage at the right price. So when life throws something your way and you have to have some resiliency, you'll be ready. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
What is Matt LaFleur's biggest weakness, in my opinion? I'll tell you next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here, and it's another Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. Coming up to close out today's show, we'll share some of our favorite Feel Good stories of the week. Well, you already know that we're celebrating Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary this summer. But did you know Holman Lindsay is celebrating its 70th anniversary? As part of that celebration, Holman Lindsay is offering a special buy one, get one 70% off sale from June 29th to July 3rd. Stop into any of Holman Lindsay's Madison area locations and take advantage of this incredible anniversary offer. Holman Lindsay branded paint, primer, stain, and texture products. All buy one, get one for 70% off. Again, this special anniversary sale runs June 29th through July 3rd. Holman Lindsay celebrating their 70th anniversary. And if that's not enough to feel good about, stay tuned for Feel Good Friday coming up to close out the show, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. ESPN college football writer Bill Connolly recently shared his official Big Ten preview article for the 2026 season. While Wisconsin is not listed as one of the top contenders for the conference title, Connolly does share some praise for the Badgers. He picks quarterback Colton Joseph as one of his favorite transfers of the offseason, says he's confident the Badgers will improve from their 2025 record of 4-8, and states the roster is undoubtedly more talented compared to last year's team. Check out Bill Connolly's full Big Ten preview at ESPN.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European. Have you heard about the all-new Audi Q3? The Audi Q3 has it all. Exquisite design, advanced tech, and fun-to-drive dynamics all in one vehicle. Take a test drive today at Zimbrick European, and you'll be finding yourself saying, that SUV is made to move. My friends over at Zimbrick European are ready to help you find your ride. I know you'll get not only an amazing vehicle, but an outstanding delivery experience, including a big red bow. Stop by Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road.
Beautiful day for Brewers baseball. Brats in one hand, your Brewers checking card from Associated Bank is in the other. And with a tap, it's 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. An express entry so you can tailgate longer. And up to 50% off home game tickets. All that power, all for the crew. Only with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
We're on the Packers.
There's more question marks now.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
There's just more uncertainty with this group than there was even pre-Micah last year.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Tausch rolls on. Great to be back after not being on the program yesterday. Tausch's question. Ask it again, old boy.
What, in your opinion, is Matt LaFleur's biggest weakness as a ball coach?
So I think his biggest strength, what he is best at, and this will make sense, I see the smirk.
Sure.
Is he's a very good schemer and game planner. You give him a week to put together his offensive game plan, and he's going to put together a good offensive game plan, a very good offensive game plan.
I agree with that. Totally agree with that.
I would say his weakness is when that all goes to hell in a handbasket, and he's got to make adjustments on the fly. And while sometimes I think he probably does a better job than he gets credit for, there are also instances where you kind of feel like he's searching. And of course, the photo or the video clip or whatever it was that everyone thinks of was it during the Baltimore game?
No, it was the Eagles Monday night game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about when he has had the iPad up on the equipment room?
When he's got his back to the field, and then all the memes of him ordering a pizza and looking up menu items and stuff like that. Like I thought that he was searching there. And look, that happens, right? I mean, all the great coaches, they've all had those moments. But it feels like, say, a guy like Holmgren, and I don't want to romanticize the parts of my early career covering him, but it felt like he always had a great feel for, okay, this isn't working, here's how we pivot. And I feel like that is what sets the best coaches apart, is that when their plan isn't working, how well do they adjust on the fly? And the mirage of halftime adjustments, I think you can speak to this better than I can, but I have heard coaches and players talk many times. In that 12-minute Pella window, there's not a lot of time to be making wholesale changes. Like you got to be adapting series to series on the sideline. Am I accurately depicting that?
Yes. Yes, you are.
So I just think adjusting on the fly is very difficult. And some coaches do it great and some kind of do it okay, and then some struggle with it. I think that's an area where he has to be better. And I think he would argue that he has to be better. I don't think he would always say about players, I'm sure Tausch would say there's a couple plays he'd like back. I'm sure there are some instances that he would like to have back where he could have adjusted more agilely and really handled those types of scenarios better. So that's the first thought that comes to my mind. What comes to yours?
I just keep going back to what some of his best friends in the coaching business have said, whether it's Bob Saleh, and I know Dan Campbell's probably not one of his best friends, but I think there's a certain definite respect.
No doubt.
And the image I keep having, and I know you guys give me grief about, the cold, windy, all this day, but the idea of Bob Saleh, who was in his wedding, or his best man, something of that nature, felt like he could say about Matt LaFleur's football team that if we drag them out to the ocean, we can get them to drown. I'm mincing words. I'm not quoting it exactly. But the vision I have is, hey, man, we just keep bringing these guys out further and further, make them uncomfortable, and we have them. Make them feel it, and we have them. That's what that told me, and that's not just some random. Those are people that know and understand Matt LaFleur. So that's where I always go to when I think of the weaknesses, and that goes into all of the stereotypes that I think people have on Matt that aren't positive. I agree with you on there's a lot of things to really like, but in football, I don't know if there's a ton of things that you could kind of say. Like for me as a player, if somebody said he's not physical or soft, there's nothing worse.
Right.
And you could say he's slow, he has a hard time getting his inside arm. Like there's all kinds of technical things that you can say about people. But if somebody's just like, he's not tough, you know what? You can wear him out. He's not in shape. He can't handle that. There ain't nothing worse. And when that was said, the reason I latched onto it is because, ouch, babe. That's an ouch, babe deal.
That was never said about you, though. That was, there were.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you what everybody said about me. All I know is
you wouldn't recognize him as an NFL player in a grocery store.
When that came out about when that quote was said about Matt LaFleur's football team.
Yeah.
That rang a lot of bells in my head.
We will do a little bit of our preview of tomorrow's State of the Packers show at Summerfest coming up during the 10 o'clock hour. After I tell you that Steinhafels.
You think Matt LaFleur feels like he has a tough football team? You think with the way he does training camp and mini camps, and you think he cares about that?
I think he does. I think we've heard him talk a lot this offseason, more so than ever before, about play style. And I think that is a euphemism for toughness and punching people in the face. And I think that is an emphasis for him. Again, and look, I don't want to go too far down this path because I don't know who those players were. But there's also a version of toughness that is a mental toughness. And guys belly aching about their roles and being malcontents, that's also a component of toughness. Like, instead of saying, I'm going to blank and take this job, it's instead, oh, poor me, I'm not getting the opportunities I want. That's a toughness thing, too. It's a different type of toughness. But,
that is coaching, though. Like, coaching has to get people to embrace.
I agree.
And if you don't, you're out. Like
right,
you don't let that stuff fester.
I think that him acknowledging that and bringing it up unprompted was pretty darn significant this offseason, and I'm eager to see how, if that is rectified. But yeah, look, I think that they are, I don't want to call them a finesse team because I know that's not a word that people like to hear. Their offensive line has to set the tone on offense, first of all. They have to be better.
If you had a pick, there's only two choices in a multiple choice test: finesse or physical football team under Matt LaFleur. Which one are you going with?
Finesse.
There you go. And you don't even have to blink.
No. Like Josh Jacobs is tough. He takes a lot of punishment and keeps running. There are guys that, but like, who are there guys that you are like, even in this version of the NFL where it's not, I saw somebody posted like the opening credits of the NFL Today on CBS from like 1977, and it's all like headhunting plays, like guys getting clotheslined and stuff. Obviously, that's not in the game now, but like, who do you look at on their defense and say, that dude hits? Javon Bullard and Cooper?
Coop.
Mike right? Like, not even Evan Williams, who we really like. I think he's physical enough, but we don't think of physicality as his first trait.
Let me tell you something. You can't beat Chuck Cecil. Chuck Cecil, right. That ain't happening in today's NFL. Micah Parsons, Cooper, those would be the first two guys that I would tell you.
Yeah. I think Bullard fits in that group as well, but then again, I'm high on him for this season. All right, we'll get to the 10 o'clock hour. We'll start looking a little offense, defense in our preview of the State of the Packers live from Summerfest tomorrow. While we're down there, maybe we'll swing by Steinhafels because they're celebrating America 250 with unbeatable savings for your home. Right now, take advantage of store-wide savings of up to 30% off. Plus, you'll get a $250 MasterCard when you spend $2,999 or more. From stylish sofas and bedroom sets to dining room collections and premium mattresses, this is the perfect time to refresh your home and save big while you do it. Don't miss the Steinhafels America 250 sale, in-store or anytime at steinhafels.com. Relax. It's Steinhafels. The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here, and take it from me, the best game nights start with Pizza Hut. Try the new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, featuring crispy baked Parmesan on the crust for a golden cheesy crunch in every bite. For a limited time, get a medium one-topping crispy Parm Pan for just $10, or make it a large for just $3 more. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to order and find more great deals. The new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, available now at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badger volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Milwaukee Brewers welcome the rival Chicago Cubs back to American Family Field for the first time since Game 5 of the NLDS last year. Miz pitched spectacularly out of the bullpen in that game, helping the Brewers get the win. Miz is on the mound tonight for the Crew. 6:45 first pitch for the Brewers and Cubs at American Family Field. Pre-game coverage starts just after 6 o'clock following Molly and Jim right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. And something tells me many of you are going to need to tune in tonight on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. That's because tonight's game is streaming exclusively on Apple TV+. No local broadcast on over-the-air television on Brewers TV. It is only on Apple TV+. Keep that in mind if you're out for a fish fry tonight asking your server to put the game on the TV. It is not on Brewers TV. It's only streaming on Apple TV+. Wilde and Tausch continues now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, pack bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And we'll end this crazy game in a tie. Oh, my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now.
Jason, I got to ask you. I got to ask Jesse this. I just listened to his Sports Center. He's talking about fish fries, which fish fries are great. It's a Wisconsin staple.
Yeah.
Obviously, during Lent and in the spring and late winter is kind of when fish fries are at their peak, in my opinion. Summertime, okay, I'm not going to argue. You're having your fish fry, as Jesse just said, the second straight time on Sports Center at the top of the hour here on ESPN Wisconsin. But you just keep pounding like, oh, my God, go get Apple TV to watch the game. No. WTMJ, 100.5 ESPN Madison. Like, oh, it's only on Apple TV Plus. What are we doing here?
I am not advocating that everyone go and sign up right now for Apple TV Plus.
I don't know, Jim. That's what I took from it.
I am
Who are you,
doing
Scott Fitzgerald?
I am doing the public a service.
Scott Fitzpatrick. I don't even know who that is.
I can tell
Scott Fitzgerald.
I can tell you this. I haven't talked to my dad today, but I bet he's going to be irritated when he finds out that this game tonight is not on Brewers TV and it's only on Apple TV Plus. I bet there's a lot of people who are going to be very disappointed tonight when they go to turn the game on and they didn't hear my Sports Center update and it's not on Brewers TV and it's only streaming on Apple TV Plus. Miz on the mound, first game, Cubs at American Family Field since NLDS Game 5 last year, and it is not on our regular television. It is only on the streaming platform Apple TV Plus. They have the exclusive TV rights to the game tonight. So if you're not going to the game, you either have to watch it there or, of course, we encourage everybody to listen to it on 100.5 ESPN.
I didn't hear that in the Sports Center.
Well, you weren't listening.
I didn't hear that.
620 WTMJ, the Brewers Network flagship. Great. We love baseball on the radio. We love
Levo
having the
on
Brewers.
tonight? So is Levo doing the radio tonight then, or how are we doing this?
I haven't asked him. I would assume he is because he ain't doing TV. Because it isn't on TV, on local TV.
Because it's only on Apple.
Apple TV
It's
Plus.
only on Apple.
Yeah. So
why am I watching? Because it's on TV.
And the reason I
Not
brought
yet.
you, have you not been in the
Do we
situation?
get a chance to block games like the NFL? Fox can block a game from NBC.
I
and
don't think
whatnot.
so.
Don't you think Brewers TV would want to block this? Hey, you can put on Saturday's game. But this is the Miz, man. Like, Miz is appointment TV.
Miz against the Cubs? Yeah, I'm sure that they're not happy about it.
Isn't this exactly what the NFL's streaming partners do, though? Is put the most compelling games, the ones that aren't blocked by the TV networks.
Well, how do they know? They had to schedule this a while ago. They had to know. They didn't know Miz was going to be pitching.
No, it's just
right.
That's the break. He's also pitched like every Friday since Lent started. So I don't know. Friday night's Miz night apparently for the Brewers. That's the way it's been for like 6 weeks in a row. But no, they did not know when they selected this game that he would be pitching. That's pure coincidence.
Right, but what I'm saying, I understand that. What I'm saying though is
Sciambi does these games, doesn't Boog Sciambi does these?
No, he's not on tonight either because it's not on Cubs TV. It's only on Apple TV Plus.
Darn, I was going to tune into his broadcast. But isn't this exactly what Apple TV wants? Is what Jesse is imploring people to do in his Sports Center? Oh, sign up for Apple TV Plus so you can watch the game tonight.
I am not imploring that people do that, although the morning show is a great show, one of my favorite shows. You should, if you get
Ted
Apple
Lasso.
TV Plus. Yeah, Ted Lasso. I'm simply making everyone aware, and I'm excited. Have you not been in the situation where you're out for dinner on a Friday evening or at really any night of the week, and you ask the bartender or the server, hey, can you get the Brewers game on? And they go to, and sure, I'll get that. And then I think it's on Brewers TV, and they're looking through. They're, wow, what channel is that? Oh, it's this one. And then it takes 20 minutes to try and get the game on, and especially like a Saturday, they're on Fox. Oh, that's not the normal channel. They're, what channel? And everybody's looking for it. I'm trying to do everyone a service here, so
I don't
you don't
love
bother
all these
your bartenders
3:20
with that.
starts on Saturday either. Saturday nights it should be a 6:30 start or 7:05. What are we doing all these 3 o'clock starts for on a Saturday? That's the other thing that's annoying.
Is there anything else you'd like to get off your chest?
No, this is a fun team. And Jesse promoting Apple TV, I didn't understand. I wanted him to explain it. He explained it. I don't like it, but I think his explanation is valid.
Also, it's a 6:10 start tomorrow night. It's not a 3:10. There have been a lot of 3:10s, I understand, but tomorrow is not one of those cases.
What channel is that game on?
Well, let me tell you. All right, let me listen.
That was on Fubo.
All right, so
that's on Fubo.
Let me start by saying that you can listen to all of the Brewers-Cubs games this weekend.
Thanks for promoting our company,
WCMJ,
Jesse. That's nice of you. Well
and
done.
on 100.5 ESPN Madison. And on 95.3 WBEV in Beaver Dam, home of the John Moser Good Karma Brands Children's Radiothon. Tonight, 6:45, Apple TV Plus exclusive streaming for the video broadcast. Tomorrow, 6:10 first pitch. That's your regular. It's on Brewers TV. And in Chicago, I don't know what the channel is, a made-up channel that they're on with Boog. And then 1:10 on Sunday, also on Brewers TV. So the next 2 games are on the regular TV, on Brewers TV. Tonight's game, streaming exclusively, Apple TV Plus.
And Jesse thinks you should sign up for it so you can watch the game.
You got a promo code that you're giving for that?
Well, no, but what I'm hearing... First of all, I mean, if there's an opportunity to endorse Apple TV Plus, I'd be happy to do so. I think they have some quality programming.
Just type in the code Jesse to save 10% on your first month.
Apple TV does have a couple of good things. You're right. They got that movie, that show I like with the neighbor, John Hamm.
Yeah, Your Friends and Neighbors is a good show.
Yeah,
on
it's
Apple
a good little
TV.
show.
Yeah. F1, the movie with Brad Pitt, fun, fast-paced little adventure kind of flick.
Kind of soured on Brad Pitt.
Why? What did he do?
I don't know. I just am.
Is it wrong
that
when you said the show with the neighbor, I thought of Tool Time Tim and the guy looking over the fence? That was the first thought I had.
Is that on Apple TV too?
I don't think so. This is the extent of my Apple TV now. I know they have the MLS. All the MLS games are there. So soccer growing in America, I don't know if being on Apple TV, I don't know if that's the move for the league, but so be it.
I know you guys are both just raging soccer fans, so I'm sure you're subscribing just for that.
That game was on Fox last night. The United States goes down in the extra time, a goal, which Tausch loves that willy-nilly extra time setup. The U.S. loses 3-2 to Turkey. But it doesn't change what the standings are or who their matchup is. When do they play? Wednesday, so Tausch can make sure he blocks off time.
Wednesday against Bosnia in Santa Clara.
On Apple TV,
no, it's on Fox, and I believe it's a 7 o'clock start for that game on Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. Okay, and that's an elimination game, so that now the money's on the table.
The knockout round.
So now
round
you're
of
32, though, the made-up round that they just expanded.
No, I'm waiting.
Year.
I told you I'm waiting until the 16, until the actual what the World Cup used to be, until they watered it down to get more teams in and more money, which I get. But I'm waiting until 16 to jump on the bandwagon. Then I'm really in. I'm rowing on the bandwagon when it's at 8. We get to 8, I am fully in. I will be red, white, and blue, and you couldn't find a bigger soccer fan than me at 8. If we get to the 8,
you probably still find bigger soccer fans.
No, I'm saying
even
bigger stature.
Oh no, you're not. You're not that big. Not as big as you used to be.
The soccer update brought to you by Discount Liquor. Stop by the Milwaukee or
There you
Waukesha
go.
locations
You're welcome,
for all
Jesse.
your tailgating needs.
There you go.
Jesse, did you watch the game last night?
I did, yeah. Well, we watched the first we watched until the first hydration break, and then we turned on Homeland, and then Becca fell asleep, and then I watched.
So wait, Homeland's got new episodes?
No, they have 8 seasons, dude. So,
dude, you got a dude.
Don't dude me.
Don't dude me, bro.
And that's on Netflix, by the way, which is the home of the Home Run Derby coming up this year.
And that Thanksgiving Eve game.
Is that actually true? Netflix is doing the Home Run Derby?
Yes, that is actually true, yes.
Is that right? Boy, Netflix is smart. Netflix is smart operation.
And just wait till you hear this one. Next Sunday, July 5th, Peacock has the exclusive rights to every baseball game that day. So the Brewers play the Diamondbacks, and all 15 MLB games on July 5th are going to be streaming exclusively on Peacock.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
What a 15 games that Tausch won't see.
On your July 4th weekend, if you want to watch the Brewers on July 5th, I think that's a 3:10 Sunday start, which is 1:10 in Arizona.
Yeah.
You have to watch it on Peacock exclusively. So Apple tonight, Peacock coming up, couple of Sundays in a row. The Brewers are only on Peacock. Home Run Derby's on Netflix. And then other games are on Brewers TV. And you can just listen to every game on 620 WTMJ and 100.5 ESPN Madison and 95.3 WBEV.
We should get Aaron Poppy on here to talk about all this streaming. We should get Poppy to see if he could explain all this.
The feedback was not as positive from Pop's appearance most recently as opposed to our more debated appearance the previous time. I think people are kind of bored with the Sports Broadcasting Act conversation. But even if you're bored with that, we just demonstrated how much harder it is to be a fan, to consume the things you want to watch. Welcome to television in 2026. I mean, the fact that the Home Run Derby is on Netflix, I think that tells you that it is a challenge now to be able to watch the things you want to watch, and there are a lot of different people trying to get into your pockets for you to spend money to be able to watch what you want to watch in sports.
Do we think if this Peacock deal is successful, do we think it's possible that there's enough streaming services now that it would just be Monday's Paramount Day, Tuesday's ESPN Disney, Wednesday is Netflix, Thursday's Apple. Like every day just is like, this is what you're going to do if you're a baseball fan. Every day, one of the days is going to be one of the big streamers. Are we going to get to that point?
I don't think so, because teams need their local revenue of I don't know Rick Schlesinger and Mark Attanasio at all. I don't cover their team, but I have to think that while I know they're doing over-the-air broadcasts more now because of everything that happened with what used to be Fox Sports Wisconsin and then Bally's and then whatever else it was. Like, it's great. I know that, like, the Fox affiliate in Milwaukee that our friend Jamie Glinberg works for, they've got games on their over-the-air television station. But, like, the Brewers still can't be doing well with that having bottomed out and them having to basically partner with MLB to have a TV network that's like their channel. Like, it has to be harder, right? And I don't know what the Bucks are doing, right? The Bucks are dealing with the same issue because of the collapse of those regional networks. So, no, I don't think we'll get to that point because that money matters to those teams. It's also why that Sports Broadcasting Act is being talked about in relation to the NFL, because they don't have that. They don't have that issue, at least not right now. But, no, I certainly hope not. You're on board with everything but Peacock still? Is that your position on streaming services?
What do you mean I'm on board? It's life. Like, I love sports, so
right. But you've steadfast. But Peacock was a bridge too far, even though they had Packers games and whatever else.
Yep.
So that was your line in the sand.
No, they lied to me. No. They lied to me.
How did they lie to you?
They put Saved by the Bell on there. They put a couple episodes, and you had a paid premium to go and watch Saved by the Bell. And I was like, no, you told me Saved by the Bell was on there, and it wasn't. You misled me. If you told me, hey, it's going to cost you this to watch the new Saved by the Bell, I'd be like, oh, all All right, then I got to make a decision. This was misleading. I don't like being misled.
So if Saved by the Bell, is available now for the base price of Peacock, would you consider forgiving them or no?
Trust, it's hard to get it back.
I'm aware. I'm aware. I make sure I stay on the right side of that line as best I can. Just like you try to make sure you're on the right side of lines that are projected at the sports book at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. But as it turned out last year, you were on the wrong side of those lines.
That's because we didn't finish, and I know that's different this year. And if you want to go have a great weekend, head down to the Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. Hard Rock Casino Rockford offers the most generous and most frequent promotions of any casino in the Midwest, and we got a great 4th of July promotion. Join the Hard Rock Casino Rockford for the 4th of July weekend for the Let Freedom Ride giveaway. It's high-powered excitement with your chance to win one of 3 premium rides, a Can-Am Outlander, Can-Am Defender, or a Sea-Doo Spark Tricks. From rugged off-road adventures to heart-pounding water thrills, independence has never felt this good. Unity members can earn entries now through July 5th to drawings the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of July at 9 p.m. Check out the full rules at casino.hardrock.com. Play, dine, shop, and enjoy live shows and the sportsbook. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois.
Jesse, how do you think this State of the Packers preview show has gone so far in terms of us really previewing tomorrow's show from Summerfest?
We have only talked about Matt LaFleur and took a 20-minute detour talking about Apple TV Plus and various streaming platforms.
That's because of your Sports Center,
You set the table with this Apple TV. I've never heard someone say Apple TV more in a Sports Center in my life.
But I hope everyone is now aware that if you're out to dinner tonight and you ask your server to turn the Brewers game on, if they don't have Apple TV at your local establishment, you ain't going to find it.
Blanked, yeah. Thanks for letting us know. Just listen on the radio. It's more fun that way. And keep listening on the radio or on YouTube to Wilde and Tausch, which continues next. So stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Now, you know I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. I loved it then, and I love enjoying Pizza Hut, making new memories with my family today. Say hello to Pizza Hut's new crispy Parm Pan Pizza. It's the original pan crust you love with a crispy golden Parmesan edge baked right into the crust. Try it today. Get a medium one-topping crispy Parm Pan Pizza for just $10, or make it a large for only $3 more. Limited time offer, additional charges for extra cheese, toppings, and recipes. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to get this and a bunch of other great deals as well. The newest Hut crust is Pizza Hut's Crispy Parm Pan. Order today at pizzahut.com, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One of the traditions of the green and gold offseason, State of the Packers, is coming to you this Saturday, live from Summerfest from noon until 3. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Join Jen, Gabe, and Chewy's Gabe Neitzel, 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, and Packers beat reporter Jason Wilde, and me, as we go position by position. Where do the Packers stand ahead of training camp in the 2026 season? 3 straight hours on the Green Bay Packers from noon until 3 this Saturday on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mike, what's one of the most important questions people should be asking about metal roofing?
It should be who's doing the installation. It takes focus, precision, and technical experience. We'll answer all your questions.
After all, we are masters of metal roofing.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweta. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweta metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweta Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
It's the Miz.
Misiorowski deals. Struck him out.
Versus the Cubs.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Pete Crow Armstrong almost fell down.
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
So being the Bill Barnwell aficionados that you guys are, I'm guessing you discussed his latest column, all 8,000 words of it, in which he ranked the skill position players on offense in the league. Did you do that yesterday?
We did not, no.
Okay, that makes us the only show that didn't.
We went the Domovsky route. We went with the four lingering questions for the Packers heading into training camp 1 month out.
So Bill Barnwell did this piece, and I think this is a good place to start as we actually talk about the Packers offense as we do get ready for tomorrow's State of the Packers show from Summerfest with Gabe Neitzel, Alex Strofe, and myself, 12 to 3, across ESPN Wisconsin, and of course on our YouTube channels as well. Come on out and see us. It's always fun. He has them ranked 17th. I've talked about it. I literally, every show that we have, Homer, I think it was last night that I talked about it with Homer and our friend Brian Bulaga. I talked about it on Kyle and Brust. I talked about it on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I talked about it on Molly and Jim. Everywhere I've discussed it, except here. And 17th seems completely fair to me. As much as I like, theoretically, what a well-defined skill group of Tucker Kraft, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, and Josh Jacobs looks like. Because there's nobody that's had a 1,000-yard season. Tucker Kraft was on pace for one. There's nobody that has had a full-fledged breakout year at wide receiver, even though Jaden Reed led them in receiving his first 2 seasons. And there's no one that is a proven commodity over a 17-game season, like Christian Watson, who's had great glimpses, and Matthew Golden, who we're betting on his potential, right? I thought middle of the pack was very fair, but with the potential to turn out to be a much better group than 17th. Tausch, agree or disagree?
I mean, I look at it as a higher I would not think 17 is a fair number because I think you have the best tight end or one of the best tight ends in football. I understand the receiving core has not proven itself to the degree that some of these, and you don't have that flash, oh my God, I don't know what we're going to do with this guy. So while I want to push back a ton, I'm okay with it being in the middle of the pack, which 17 is a little below middle of the pack. Like it's, less than 50% of where this league looks at it. So I am okay with it. I think in my own mind, I have Christian Watson being a much better player than I think people in the outside see him. I think Matthew Golden is the big question mark here. You just feel like he's either going to be a star or there's going to be stuff that comes up. I don't see Matthew Golden as ever being a middle-of-the-pack guy. Okay. I think he's either going to elevate and be great, or I think he's going to have struggles. We'll see which way that goes. And I think Jaden Reed is steady Eddie, which is kind of what you're looking for. So how you view Jordan Love and getting them the football, that can be another conversation. But I just look at it, and again, I do have to hearken to the fact that we overemphasize and overvalue some guys that we watch and cover on a daily basis compared to other guys. There have been times who's the wide receiver that you guys all crowned when he was replacing Driver? It was, oh my God, we got Gurley. We got this guy. It's like, all right, we got Janis. Like there's a lot of guys that you see at camp, and oh my God, they did one great thing, and you're crowning them. And I always want to see a little bit more. Got to see it more than that to just say, oh, yep, he's the next guy. Well, it's because he's our guy. And I don't want to get too hasty with that. So that's why I don't have a problem where Barnwell put it. I would disagree, but not where I'm like violently irritated about it.
He has the Detroit Lions in the number 1 spot. Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Jamison Williams. That's who he ranked at number 1. The Rams are 2.
I think I'd have a hard time if I'm looking at the Rams. Rams got
are 2.
A lot of talent.
Bengals are 3. Yep. Bengals are 3. Falcons are 4. And the 49ers are 5th. The Packers,
a lot of non-playoff teams from last year in that top 5.
Well, it takes more than just
wait. Is this counting the quarterback? Correct.
No, wide receiver,
just the
tight
skill.
end, running back.
Yeah, those 3. McCaffrey's going to give you a bunch. I just don't know. You keep wondering how long he's going to be able to stay healthy. He's been with San Fran. He's been great. He obviously had the 1 year where he had a lot of issues. But last year, if he has a ball-out game in Seattle and they win, you're probably talking about the MVP of the league. I wanted to splash a little something down at hard HCR.
Yeah, you got it. Not to confuse with ACR.
Yeah, I wanted to. I thought that would make a ton of sense. If you factor in running back, I do think that tells you that people are looking at Josh Jacobs as being a little bit beat up.
He is
maybe
beat
not
up.
The same guy that he was. And last year he finished the season banged up. So I still think that position on the Green Bay Packers, I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen maybe a splash go, because I know we're all, and Jesse and I talked about Marshawn Lloyd a little bit yesterday. If he can stay healthy, I do think he can add a big dynamic to this offense. But if he's not, I think leaning on JJ for 17 weeks of just maul it down football, he's not a home run hitter. We need a home run hitter so that you can watch it on Apple TV on a Friday night.
Yes, and let's be honest, that is the biggest if in Wisconsin sports. If Marshawn Lloyd is healthy.
Oh, there's a lot of big ifs.
Yeah, but when a guy's played one game out of 36, he's a very nice guy. He's taken ownership of everything. He is. I get it, but getting excited about him comes with a warning label, and that's not his fault. But if they need him to be healthy, there's no denying that. And the idea that
they either need him to be healthy or they need to go and find someone that is talented that can be that home run hitter that this offense does not have in the run game. And let's not make any mistake about it. The Carolina Panthers came into Lambeau None of us, when we did our whole schedule thing, would have thought that was ever going to be a case where the Packers would lose that game. And they put a formula together that said, we just don't think you can beat us running the football, and we're not scared of you taking 3-4 yards. We don't think you're patient enough to do it. And, it turns out we weren't.
Just to put a bow on this, to finish out the top 10, the Arizona Cardinals are 6th. The Dallas Cowboys are 7th.
What am I missing with the Cardinals?
A lot of non-playoff teams. Marvin Harrison and Love. They just drafted Jeremiah Love.
He's had a hard time catching the ball.
Yeah, and they've got Trey McBride, the tight end. The
Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, again, this is not including the quarterback.
Those are 3 good players. Marvin Harrison, Trey McBride, Jeremiah Love.
Marvin Harrison has not been great. He has not been
Marvin
Maserati
Harrison's
Mark.
living. I'm sorry, Marvin Harrison. No,
if his name was Marvin Tauscher, we would not think he's a great player.
Or is he talented and he's just been playing with bad quarterbacks and on a bad team?
No, bad
coach, who's now our defensive coordinator.
The Vikings are
bad
8th.
Coach.
The Vikings are 8th. The Eagles are 9th. And the New England Patriots are 10th. The Packers are the lowest of any of the NFC North teams. The Bears are 15th. Before the Packers check in at 17th. For the Bears, it is Colston Loveland at tight end, Luther Burden and Roma Dunze at wide receiver, and Kyle Monangai as their top running back. I'm sorry, I don't think I'm a homer, but I don't see how that group is better than what the Packers have. They're about the same, and they're about the same in the rankings, 15 versus 17. But Colston Loveland was great in that playoff game.
Who's more disrespected in this Barnwell article, Tucker Kraft or Christian Watson? Because that's what this comes down to.
Yeah, I think he acknowledges in his part about the Packers that Tucker Kraft was leading all tight ends in receiving yards per game before tearing his ACL.
Okay.
The entire premise of what he's saying is basically the Packers are really talented, but they haven't proven that they all can stay healthy on the field at the same time.
I think that's a good summary, Jesse. Good job. Yep.
And so that's basically why he's got him at 17 for 3 years in a row, because they've proven they can't stay healthy.
I got a new idea here.
Oh, I love new ideas.
When Barnwell writes an article, Jesse Cliff notes it for us. It's going to be Jesse's notes.
I feel like we kind of did.
And you're just going to give us the. That's what I'm saying. I like it. I like the idea. I think.
Do you really want to go down the road of me reading articles after how we started our conversation yesterday?
What do you mean?
No, you don't want to know.
Okay.
Trust me, you don't.
Go back and listen on the ESPN Wisconsin app,
or
do I not even want to do that?
Jason, where do you think people are when they're reading the majority of your articles?
In the bathroom.
Yep. Okay. Good to know.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I just thought that was probably the answer that was given yesterday.
I think it is true. I think it's both.
Wherever you may be, if you haven't become an Associated Bank customer yet, now is a great time to do it. Because if you're a Brewers fan, the perks are ridiculously good. 20% off at the Brewers team store. Up to 50% off select regular season Brewers home games. Savings on both the sausage race, the 5K or 10K famous racing sausages, walk and run, and the Brewers Baseball Academy. On top of that, you get to tailgate longer if you're an Associated Bank customer. Why? Because you can go in the express entry gate, the Associated Bank Express entry. So you can stay in that parking lot a little longer, throw the football around, play a little catch, have another brat, whatever it might be. And, of course, they also have the best customer service in the industry, and they have the awards to prove it. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. All right, that has been our look at the offense. We will take a look at the Packers' defense from a 30,000-foot view leading into tomorrow's State of the Packers, where we will go position by position. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, happy birthday, Zimbrick Chevrolet. That's right, Zimbrick Chevrolet is celebrating 61 years in business. Celebrate with special savings now through July 6th, including receiving a $150 gas card with any new or used vehicle purchase and an additional $500 on your trade. Plus, you might have some big travel plans coming up this summer. And as always, stop to see the service team at Zimbrick Chevy before you go on a big summer road trip so you can enjoy your time on the road and not worry about the inner workings of your vehicle. Voting is on now for the Best of Madison 2026. Vote for Zimbrick in the home and auto category at madisonmagazine.com/BOM. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
The sound of summer is on ESPN Madison.
Misiorowski, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Madison's home of the Brewers.
To high drive. Fair and gone.
Catch every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Hit well. Back. It is gone.
Brewers baseball on ESPN Madison is presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford and brought to you by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Friday nights taste better at the Bridges. The Bridges Bar and Restaurant is back with a classic Friday fish fry, plus non-fish specials and prime rib. Great food, great drinks, and a perfect way to kick off the weekend. Fridays at the table and on the course at the Bridges Golf Course in Madison.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, window, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Well, my friends, it's June. Summer is here and Zimbrick European is celebrating its 61st birthday. If you're even thinking about getting a new or used luxury vehicle, now is the time to buy at Zimbrick European. Mercedes-Benz, Audi, Porsche, the selection of European vehicles is unmatched. And my friends over at Zimbrick European are ready to help you find your new ride. I know you'll get not only an amazing vehicle, but an outstanding delivery experience, including a big red bow. Stop by Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road.
It's the Miz.
Misiorowski deals. Struck him out.
Versus the Cubs.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Pete Crow Armstrong almost fell down.
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Getting you ready for tomorrow's State of the Packers. I hope there's folks that are headed to Summerfest that are going to stop and say hi. Now, I will say this. Obviously, I do this radio program from my basement the vast majority of the time, which is good for me. Other than an occasional cat or dog wandering by, there's limited distraction. And when we do shows together at the AmFam Championship and at the Badgers Legends. We get great guests, but I'm a little squirrely. Hey, squirrel! Not paying attention.
You would think a party guy like yourself would be better at that.
I only plan them. I don't really celebrate. I'm usually worried about how they go. But I love the Summerfest vibe. I love it when we do this. I will say that if I may ask one thing of our fans that do come by tomorrow, if we are talking, it means we're on the air. And so if you are coming over to ask where Ecuador Manta is playing today, I would appreciate if you'd wait for a commercial break. Yesterday, I was on with Homer and Bulaga, and somebody apparently lost their glasses. And Homer, whose microphone was still on, was trying to help them find their glasses. So, again, occupational hazard of doing a show live at Summerfest. There's occasionally folks that have had one too many that come by, like the Two-Fisted Slopper. But nevertheless, we're excited for tomorrow, so I hope you'll swing by, and I hope you'll listen, whether it's live or whether you watch it later on YouTube or in the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Slopper?
You don't know the Two-Fisted Slopper?
I don't know the Two-Fisted
tell me more.
Slopper.
He is a County Stadium legendary character. Oh, I don't know if we can talk about the Packers defense here. I think you don't know who it was. A cartoon they would play.
Yeah, I don't know who the Two-Fisted Slopper is.
I know. I'm expressing my shock and surprise that you don't know who he is. He is a cartoon character who
Can I search this on a work computer?
You can, yes. He is a drunken Brewers fan that you.
I'm not sure what. I don't think I would if I was you, Jesse.
No, the Two-Fisted Slopper.
No, I understand, but there's
S-L-O-P-P-E-R.
going to be some misinterpretation.
There's nothing to misinterpret. If you know, you know what
I'm
saying?
sure there's not.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think Google knows, and then our HR team is definitely going to know.
Yeah, I don't think you know. Yeah,
You think
I don't think
I
you
don't
should,
know?
Jesse. No, I don't.
I believe me. I know what you guys think, and it's wholly inappropriate.
You know what?
By the way.
Well, tell me more then. Explain it to me.
No, not on the airwaves, because I know what you're doing. Just like I knew earlier what you were going to do. The Two-Fisted Slopper, you can actually find him, Jesse, on YouTube. There is the entire
That scares me even more.
No, I didn't say you find him on OnlyFans.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Whoa, Nelly! All right, I'm gonna do a screen capture of this. I'm gonna send it along to Jesse, so that way he doesn't have to look for it on his work computer. We will play it. Maybe it'll be just a digi only, but it is basically a public service announcement when you were at County Stadium to go to the Fan Assistance Center located on the main concourse at Section 18 to be able to report ne'er-do-wells that are in your section. I can't believe you've never heard. It is a Milwaukee Brewers icon. It was as big as the sausage race guys were back in the day. If you went to Brewers games,
No, it was not.
It was. You're just flat out wrong.
No, it's not.
You just because you don't know
There is nobody. Maybe some 70 and 80-year-olds might agree with you.
I
Nobody.
am not 70 or 80.
You're trying to pin the sausage slopper or whatever this guy was called against the sausage races.
The sausage slopper.
Is that whatever you call them?
The Two-Fisted Slopper.
You think that is as mainstream and as known as the Two-Fisted Slopper
Yes,
in the 70s and
you
80s.
could get, as Wade Bates, our teammate in Beaver Dam, you could get a Two-Fisted Slopper T-shirt. He was iconic as a ancillary piece of a Brewers game. You watched the public service announcement up on the old scoreboard. If you ever seen the movie Major League and that old school scoreboard that used to be at Milwaukee County Stadium with the kind of the cream and white and black graphics, it wasn't color. The Two-Fisted Slopper was an icon. And I'm
More or less
disappointed.
popular than Front Row Amy.
I think he was more popular.
Oh,
But again, maybe I'm biased because I'm nostalgic.
Oh, no.
Right.
The phones are lighting
Barrel
up.
man or two-fist slopper?
Again, look, man. I don't know what to
Chorizo
tell
or
you.
two-fisted slopper?
Two-fisted slopper.
That's crazy.
No,
Jesse,
it's
I don't
just
want
not.
to
You just
interrupt
don't.
you, but does Usher George think that this is even a close battle? Because he is in the same era as Jason, it seems.
No, he's not. He wasn't. He worked at Miller Park. He didn't work at County Stadium.
He's older than you are.
Right, but I don't.
He's a Brewer. He's a bigger Brewer
Get
fan
George
than
on the
you
phone.
are.
Get George on the phone. Dial him up. Well, I tell you about another call you need to make if you've been injured in an accident. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Now, I won't call the two-fisted slopper as iconic as David Gruber. Okay? There are some things that are a bridge too far. But he's up there. He is a 70s and 80s and maybe even early 90s icon at County Stadium. And if you don't know who the two-fisted slopper is, you're about to find out coming up. But you know who David Gruber is, and you know who Gruber Law Offices are. And they are there to make sure that you get taken care of if you've been injured in an accident. So go to gruber-law.com or make the call. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666. Gruber Law Offices, one call. That's all. We'll have more Wilde and Tausch, and we will have the two-fisted slopper next. So stick around.
It's the Miz
Misiorowski deals. Struck him out.
versus the Cubs.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Pete Crow Armstrong almost fell down.
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson, and it is time for Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison. Caller number 12 right now at 844-770-3776 wins pizza and wings courtesy of Pizza Hut. The best game nights start with Pizza Hut. Right now, try their new Crispy Parm Pan Pizza featuring crispy baked Parmesan on the crust for a golden cheesy crunch in every bite. For a limited time, get a medium one-topping Crispy Parm Pan for just $10. What a deal. Or make it a large for just $3 more. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to order and find more great deals. Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Pizza Hut, and caller number 12 right now at 844-770-3776 wins free pizza and wings courtesy of Pizza Hut. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Steinhafels. Shop Steinhafels America 250 sale. Save up to 30%, plus get a $250 MasterCard when you spend $2,999. Only at Steinhafels. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. ESPN college football writer Bill Connolly recently shared his official Big Ten preview article for the 2026 season. While Wisconsin is not listed as one of the top contenders for the conference title, Connolly does share some praise for the Badgers. He picks quarterback Colton Joseph as one of his favorite transfers of the offseason, says he's confident the Badgers will improve from their 2025 record of 4-8, and states the roster is undoubtedly more talented compared to last year's team. Check out Bill Connolly's full Big Ten preview at ESPN.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
This 4th of July, crack open something made for the red, white, and blissful. The new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack is here just in time for America's 250th birthday, featuring 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's the taste of backyard barbecues, fireworks at dusk, and long summer weekends packed into every can. This Independence Day, bring the nostalgia and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack from Carbliss. Available now at your local retailer or online at drinkcarbliss.com.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
From green and gold to red, white, and blue.
And man, he just keeps being tremendous, keeps just showing everybody that he's not just Antonio Freeman's son, that he is really Alex Freeman.
Find the full interview with Wilde and Tausch, available on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
For the uninitiated, like old T, I have tracked down archival footage from the Milwaukee County Stadium scoreboard on YouTube of the iconic two-fisted slopper. So
is this more iconic than Packy the Packer?
Yes, I think he definitely ranks ahead of Packy the Packer. But that's exactly who I was thinking of as trying to explain it, but he's bigger than that. He might not have had a stuffed animal version.
He's bigger than Front Row Amy.
Well, I mean, in some ways, yes, and maybe in some ways, no. Let's take a quick call. Let's talk to Chris in Cedarburg. Chris, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and the Two-Fisted Slopper.
Good morning, gentlemen. And boy, does Tausch not even understand what a double entendre question he just asked.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
But I was telling Jesse when I called in, I said, when they put in the new scoreboard when I was a kid, and I'm 56 years old, and I have had a Miller Lite with Tausch in a box at a Bucks game once, but we'll cover that another time. But that was my favorite part of watching the scoreboard, is when the two-fisted slopper would come up. It was just such a funny cartoon, and I was like 9 or 10. I didn't even understand what being drunk was. But it was a funny little cartoon sketch, which probably taught a lot of kids not to be that guy.
A public service announcement. It was a good
Chris,
thing.
Have you ever been that guy, Chris?
With Tausch?
I wish to assert my Fifth Amendment right at this time.
There you go. All right. Hey, I have not said that I don't believe that there was someone called Slopper. I'm not saying. I have never heard of it ever. This is the first time I've heard
that doesn't happen very often. So we're going to lean into it. We will play the two-fisted slopper clip from the Brewers scoreboard at Old County Stadium. So they used to have a scoreboard when I was really little, like Chris is referencing.
Why did it not make the move over to AmFam Field?
Because I think it's an antiquated concept. I think it is. It was something
people
that
get drunk still.
No, they definitely do. I don't. Maybe they just didn't consider it. Maybe we need to talk to the crew over there at AmFam Field and ask them if they've considered bringing them back, because it's a good lesson for fans to behave.
I'll text my guy over there right now, and I'll see what he says about it. He's younger than I am, so I'll be curious what he says.
Well, don't text him yet, because we need you to tell us about Outdoor Living Unlimited, which I know has a project going on with you, and they're doing a great job.
Sarah and I are excited. Sarah and I are excited about. We are going to have a new outdoor project, and we have chosen Outdoor Living Unlimited to do it. We met with Aaron and Eric Brown, brothers and owners of Outdoor Living Unlimited, and we felt like they were the right guys to work with, share the same hardworking values. Love the fact that Outdoor Living Unlimited is a family-owned and locally operated company. Their showroom is a must-see if you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, or more. Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space. Check them out. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
844-770-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. I would like to utilize the text function there. And if you have memories of the two-fisted slopper, or if you are younger than me, and apparently Tausch, who had never heard of it, and you want to text in that this is, like Homer would say, Moses or Don Hudson era, that's fine too. But I think you'll get a kick out of him when we introduce Tausch to the two-fisted slopper, which we will do to kick off the 11 o'clock hour. If you came here for that preview of the State of the Packers show, well, just listen to the State of the Packers show tomorrow, because we didn't really do that much to preview it. But we will have the two-fisted slopper for you, and we will have him to kick off the 11 o'clock hour in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Wisconsin Volleyball National Champion Devin Robinson. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by ESPN Wisconsin's annual State of the Packers show, a comprehensive look where things stand for the green and gold heading into the 2026 season. Join hosts Alex Strofe, Gabe Neitzel, and Jason Wilde live from Summerfest tomorrow from noon to 3 on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Tonight, the Milwaukee Brewers welcome the rival Chicago Cubs back to American Family Field. First series in Milwaukee between these two teams since last year's NLDS Game 5. In that game, Miz came in out of the bullpen and had a phenomenal performance against the Cubs. He gets the start on the mound tonight. 6:45 first pitch. Pre-game coverage starts just after 6 o'clock following Molly and Jim here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. And you're probably going to want to tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN because for many of you, you won't be able to watch the game. It is streaming exclusively on Apple TV+. And Tausch says I'm not supposed to talk about that anymore, so just listen to the game right here on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty getting the two-fisted slopper up and running for Jesse, so we're going to take a couple calls first on this, and then we will get to trivia. Hopefully people can be educated on this. I really want Old Boy to meet the two-fisted slopper. I really do. I think it'd be great because I think you'll enjoy him. But we'll have to wait for that. Let's take a couple of calls first. 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Let's start. Well, Jesse, you tell me who we're starting with. Jesse? Jesse?
You talking to me?
I am.
Okay.
We were going to take calls. I don't know who we're talking to, though.
Well, that's because I was just asking who they were. I'm doing a nice
Are you
going.
frazzled?
Yeah, I am.
He's sloppered.
Well, I also
He's all
like
sloppered.
I appreciate these folks calling in. I'm pretty sure we were asking for text, but that's okay. Let's go. Henry's dad in Fox Point.
I love the voice.
This is Henry's dad in Fox Point is first up here on the Carbless ESPN.
Well,
Wisconsin
hello,
Talking
Henry's dad. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I haven't been to a lot of games, but my kid goes way too much. He's probably listening right now.
Henry.
He texts me constantly. Hey, Henry. Hey, Todd. So, yeah, they show the slopper before every game. He's an enduring icon of Brewers lore. Heck yeah.
Now?
Heck yeah. Go to more games.
Really?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah,
like
he's a
before
warning against drunk fans in the stands.
Is that right? Color me confused. All right.
Hey.
Okay, this is helpful.
Know. That is interesting. I will. I've only been to 2 games this year, so I'm heading to another one down the road here. But I will be watching for the slopper guy.
Maybe you're not.
Paying attention.
Maybe they're playing it earlier in the day or in the at the game, and that's why you're not seeing.
Well, Henry's dad just said that they're playing it right before the game, so maybe it's that first. But all right. That's interesting to know.
Let's take another call. Let's go to Brent in Schaumburg, Illinois. Brent, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for taking my call. Kind of the same note as the last caller. A few games I've been to this year, they 100% show the slopper on the big scoreboard out in center field. And I just wanted to share, there is a graphic out there. He looks exactly like Brandon Sproat.
What?
Feel free to look it up.
Who the slopper does?
Yeah.
So, Brent, quick question for you. Who is more famous in Brewers lore? Front Row Amy or Slopper?
Now, for me, I'm 36. I would say Front Row Amy.
Okay.
But that's basically based on my age. But I'm 100% aware of the slopper. That said, I go to a lot of games.
Right.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
There you go.
Thanks for the call. All right. Hey, I'm not going to say my bad. I think what happens is this is a cartoon, right? This Schlopper guy?
Yeah. I mean, and it's not even like animated. It's like it's almost like a graphic novel where it just shows pictures. I don't.
Novel.
A graphic? No, not. What is it with you today?
No, I'm just like you said, graphic novel. What do you think I'm going to think when you say graphic novel?
I'm going to think that you think of like the Babysitter's Club and other books that are like cartoons.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Drawings,
Sure.
like comic strips.
All right.
Yeah. It's very rudimentary, cartoonish. So I'd be curious, have they updated it? Have they used AI to bring the two-fisted slopper into the 21st century? Again, I'm not sure. All right, we're going to work on getting that video for those of you that are uninitiated. I've sent it to Jesse a couple of different ways, hoping we can get it functioning. We will continue to effort on that. But we need to play some trivia before the program has expired. Jesse, what's today's category, and what caller would you like?
You got me doing too much back here. I don't know what the category is.
Caller 9.
I don't know what it is.
Caller 9. It's a Smorgasbord Friday on Wilde and Tausch
the
Trivia.
State of the Brewers.
Caller 9.
The State of the Brewers. Caller number 9. Caller 9. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 9 will play trivia next. Sorry, Jesse, to put you under the gun. I know you're.
So my email's not working sending the video to myself. Now the thing you sent me isn't in the right format, so I can't download it on here. So this slopper is really messing me up.
Is there no one else in the building right now that could be helping you?
It doesn't matter.
Maybe
I don't need help. It's just
maybe you took Bo
working.
Ryan's face off the window. You could see if there's anybody coming to your
aid. It's not working. It's not that anyone else can do it and I can't.
YouTube.
That doesn't matter for what our purposes are here.
Jesse, you're doing your best, man. Just keep working. You just keep grinding. You're doing your best.
What caller? I don't even know what you said.
Caller 9. Caller 9.
It says Josh in Madison is our contestant. It's already been forlorn. Josh, Madison.
Tausch, tell us about Sendik's while Jesse loses his...
Wait, no. We need to play the Sendik's game a little bit later. We shouldn't do that now.
It says 11 o'clock Sendik's.
What an operation we got going here. Where's Schlopper here? I think we've all schloppered a little too much today is what I think we've just learned. All right, caller 9, Brewers trivia. We're going to do that next.
Tausch doesn't know the number.
844-770-3776. Brewers trivia is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
When it comes to paint, Wisconsin trusts Wisconsin. Hallman Lindsay Paints has been proudly made for Wisconsin homes, businesses, contractors, and communities for generations. Now is the perfect time to plan your next painting project. From June 29th through July 3rd, take advantage of Hallman Lindsay's buy 1 gallon, get the second gallon 70% off sale. Save on premium quality paint that's made for Wisconsin in Wisconsin. Stop by your local Hallman Lindsay Paint store or learn more at hallmanlindsay.com. That's hallmanlindsay.com.
All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yuengling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yuengling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Brust.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yuengling Legends Line. Crack open a Yuengling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? If you're a top player in your league, the GRB Rays are ready for you. They're Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, with over 425 college commitments, 27 draft picks, and 4 big leaguers, including the National League Rookie of the Year. Train in one of the Midwest elite facilities and elevate your game. GRB Rays tryouts are here, but spots are filling up quickly. Sign up now at grbrays.com. That's grbrays.com.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Experience the future of recovery at Carbon World Health. They've brought Escape Robotic Massage to Madison, the world's first AI-powered, fully automated therapeutic massage that's customized to your body every time. Using advanced body scanning, Escape maps your muscles and delivers precision-calibrated pressure to release tension, reduce inflammation, and accelerate recovery. Book your Escape session at Carbon World Health and feel what the future of wellness really feels like. Carbon World Health, your body optimized.
Running a business doesn't leave time to wait.
You need answers and a banker who responds. At Starion Bank, you work directly with local decision makers who understand your business and act quickly. No runaround, no delays, just solutions. The right banking relationship makes a difference, especially when things get complicated. Starion Bank, built for the long game. Visit starionbank.com to get started today.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well. Earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and take it from me, the best game nights start with pizza. Try the new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, featuring crispy baked Parmesan on the crust for a golden cheesy crunch in every bite. For a limited time, get a medium one-topping crispy Parm Pan for just $10, or make it a large for just $3 more. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to order and find more great deals. The new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, available now at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Jesse continues to do yeoman's work. In the meantime, let's play some trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on, and by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Darren in Sheboygan. Darren, good morning. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. You know why?
Because you know who the two-fisted slopper is.
Pitching tonight.
Okay. Well.
I remember the two-fisted slopper. I remember the slopper like it was yesterday. Totally.
There you go. Yeah.
And the two-fisted slopper is Brandon Sproat.
Yeah, I just had Wade Bates send me a story on how he might be the two-fisted slopper's grandson because they look so much alike. So,
yeah, yes, exactly.
I'm happy to share I do have the video ready when we would like to play.
Excellent. Thank you, Jesse, for your service. We will get to him after we play some trivia with Darren. It is State of the Brewers trivia. Question number 1 is this. Tonight's, if you've been listening, you are going to get this right. Tonight's Brewers-Cubs game with Jacob Misiorowski pitching will be televised exclusively on which of these streaming platforms? Apple TV Plus, Peacock, or PBS Plus with Big Bird, Oscar, and Elmo on the call?
I knew it was going to be that last one. I tuned into you guys shortly after the conversation started. So I missed exactly what it's going to be on, but I remember Tausch kind of whining about, he whines about Peacock a lot, but for some reason I've got to lean, I'm going Apple TV. I think it was Apple TV.
Yeah, you got it. Well done.
Yeah, I don't whine about Apple TV. I whine about Peacock.
No, you whine about
right,
Peacock.
Darren?
Yep, and I'm with you.
I do whine about
listener.
Peacock. I do. Yep.
All right, Darren, question
right,
2.
Right on 2.
We'll do some other day. We'll do a category of things Tausch may or may not whine about. Question 2. Entering play today, which of these is the only other MLB team that holds a larger division lead than the Milwaukee Brewers? Okay, would that be the Atlanta Braves, The New York Yankees or the Los Angeles Dodgers?
Oh, boy. I thought, the Brewers are at 6.5.
I don't know
the
if that's
Yankees
right.
have Tampa on their butt. I think I'm going to go. It was either Dodgers, Braves, or Yankees were the answers.
Those are your choices. Yes, one of them is right. Two of them are wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna go Braves.
That's what I would guess too. That's what I would have guessed.
And I like the fact that was a good test of Darren's character, because if he was going through his thought process because he was stalling because he was Googling and then got the question right, maybe someone would have doubts, but he got it wrong. And I know you didn't do that on purpose, but nevertheless, you were not cheating, and the answer is the Dodgers, so you did get it wrong. Now, chance to bounce back.
Dodgers are 9 up on the Padres. Braves are 4 up on the Phillies.
And the Yankees are
2 up on Tampa. He was right. Tampa's on the Yankees' butts.
Very eloquently said. All right. Question 3, Darren, is this. Which Brewers player has the most hits and the most at-bats on the team so far this season? Is it Bryce Terang, William Contreras, or Jake Bowers?
Well, it's not Bowers because he's part of a platoon.
I like how Darren walks us through his thought process throughout the answer.
I do too.
Well, you know, man, I look at the stats constantly. Like I'm a what does Brust call it? I'm a seam head.
A seam head, yeah.
So I pride myself on this. I figured it was either Contreras or Terang. I'm going to go. It's at bats, not plate appearances.
It's I'm going on what Jesse wrote, which is most hits and most at bats.
The stats I'm looking at is at bats.
Well, that's got to be Contreras then.
And why do you say that? Because Bryce Terang may have more plate appearances but takes more walks?
That's part of it, but even Contreras, like when Contreras isn't catching, he's always in the lineup. And, that's it. Plus, Terang had a short stint, I think, where he missed a series or two, and Contreras hasn't missed anything. That was just, that's where I was at.
Darren,
Plus,
congratulations.
Contreras is the only one hitting over 300. So, all right.
Well done. All right, so you got 2 out of 3, which ain't bad. That means you got 3 of the possible 4 entries into our drawing, which we're going to do right now. I don't know if Jesse is doing this so he doesn't forget, or because he likes the drama it creates. Or maybe it's a little bit of both.
Jesse, you can do it.
Well, actually, we stumbled our way into this today, but that's okay. Sometimes it's intentional. Let's see if Darren is our winner. A lot of chips in the helmet this week.
Come on, Jesse.
Congratulations, Darren!
Let's go! Atta babe!
Well done.
Save the best for last.
Doesn't happen often that our contestant on the air with us is actually selected as the winner.
It doesn't.
It's a rarity.
Has it happened? It happened one
One
other
other time, I
think
believe.
it happened last week.
No. I don't think so.
I don't even know if we drew last week.
I think it was last
so
week.
I'm not sure.
It's a long way to go
Well,
back and
what
remember.
matters most to you, Darren, is that it happened this week. Congratulations. You win our prize pack from Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf. We appreciate your loyalty to the show, taking us through your thought process on your answers, and enjoy the prize pack if Jesse ever makes sure he gets it. So, well done, sir. Thank you.
I appreciate it, fellas. Love you guys. Go Miz. I love you guys.
Outstanding. All right.
Anybody else think we could actually start thinking about having Darren as a Brewers expert on our show?
He is a seam head, from what I understand.
There ain't no doubt he knows his stuff now. He puts in the time. We can tell.
We can put him in our rotation. Jeff Passan, Dom Catronio, Bill Schroeder, and Darren in Sheboygan. Would he be our fifth starter? All right,
Could you be our Chad Patrick?
So that's our trivia. Jesse has the two-fisted slopper, who you can see at AmFam Field, along with signage for UW Credit Union when you're there as well.
Indeed, I am a member. Jason's a member of UW Credit Union, and for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here forever. You, proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years, going to help you reach your financial goals. And I'll tell you something, Jesse, I don't know if you have a photo of this. Jesse was integral. We had something super fun that we have working with UW Credit Union that will be launching here. I'm not sure when, sometime in the next month, which we're really excited about. UW Credit Union, great out in the community, great with student athletes, great if you need early checking, no monthly fees, whatever it might be. Join today at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
All right, so we're going to do our Sendik's part of our 10th anniversary celebration, Name That Year, served up by Sendik's. We will not play Name That Year, when did the two-fisted slopper make his debut. But I do not want the show to end without Tausch having at least seen that. But in place of Whoa Nelly, we will do Name That Year, served up by Sendik's. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I've spent a lifetime putting in the work. And this 4th of July, Iron Jock is celebrating with one of our biggest deals of the summer. From June 25th through July 6th, get 40% off all Iron Jock gear with a minimum purchase of $50 using code ESPN40. Excludes clearance and gift cards. Whether you're training, traveling, grilling out, or just staying active this summer, Iron Jock gear is built to keep up. Our products are moisture-wicking, anti-static, built for performance, built to last, built in Wisconsin. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Every kid deserves the chance to have fun, and that's what Paul's Party is all about. Paul's Party is a Madison area nonprofit helping kids with physical disabilities experience the joy of sports. They fund expensive recreational equipment and activities like sled hockey gear, chairs for track, tennis and basketball, and much more, so more kids can enjoy the fun. Because at Paul's Party, sports are for everyone. Learn more or make a donation today at paulsparty.org. That's paulsparty.org.
Steady. Ah, I hit my thumb.
What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Did you swear that you'd get that house project done ages ago and now it's causing you real pain? From leaky faucets to light fixtures, let our handyman team at Bruner Realty fix it all. Fast, friendly, and without the agony. We take care of it so you don't have to. Visit fixedbybruner.com. That's fixedbybruner.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or Choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
It's the Miz.
Misiorowski deals. Struck him out!
Versus the Cubs.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Pete Crow Armstrong almost fell down.
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
In the place of Wonelli, we instead play a little Name That Year presented by our great partners at Sendik.
It's not a question of who.
Wilde and Tausch is my favorite show. This is called Wilde too.
Or what.
If you want to do this, it's great, but you're not getting any younger.
The question is, when?
Do I want Justin Fields to be replaced right now? I'm not sure. I could still probably develop him.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is presented by Steinhafels. And it's time to play Name That Year, served up by Sendik's Food Markets.
Those guys have been around here a long time.
Sendik's, celebrating 10 years of Wilde and Tausch and 100 years as your trusted local grocer since 1926.
That's right, and it's a State of the Packers edition of Name That Year, served up by Sendik's. 3 clips of Jason Wilde on the annual State of the Packers show.
Oh, good idea, Gel.
It technically violates the rules because it's not.
I was just going to say,
Tausch,
is that not
but
in violation of what the whole concept is?
But it's you on the show. It's not like it's Gabe or Strofe or Bill Johnson.
But
or anybody else
in
who's been on the
fairness,
show.
Jason does give all of his best stuff other places.
That's true.
In fairness,
as you
makes sense.
as you missed while we were dealing with some technical glitches, that is what led to this show, because it led to Green and Gold Today, which then led to Wilde and Tausch. So it holds a very special place in my heart. I am fine with Jesse violating the letter of the law for our Name That Year, served up by Sendik's. And as long as Sendik's, which is such a great partner and has the best grocery bags and the best pre-cut fruit anywhere on the planet, as long as they're okay with it, I'm okay with it. So let's play.
Let's see if we can find out which year Jason said these 3 clips on the State of the Packers show on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's clip number 1.
I think Marshawn Lloyd is a fascinating player because he's unlike all the other guys, but has a little bit of Josh Jacobs and a little bit of Aaron Jones built into his game. Now, he's got to prove it, but if I were a Packers fan, I would not have a problem with what they have done in the running back room. What I would say is, I would be really hoping that it plays out as well as they think, because they did take some measure of risk.
Marshawn Lloyd conversation. What year do you think Jason said that on the State of the Packers show? Tausch?
2024. Because he didn't really bring up a ton of the injury issues.
Correct.
I think this is going to be his 3rd year. So I just do a little deductive math, and that's what I would say 2024.
2024 was also the first year with Josh Jacobs, who was replacing Aaron Jones, and it was the year that they drafted Marshawn Lloyd in the 3rd round, like they used to do on the old Hollywood squares. I agree with Tausch. Circle gets the square, I'm guessing.
You are correct. That was the 2024 edition of the State of the Packers show.
Was that one too easy, old boy?
That was pretty easy. Yeah.
Well, considering how bad we've been at this game, combined, the two of us, we needed an easy one.
Yeah.
We needed a layup.
You needed a week playing the Jets. So let's see if you do well here with audio clip number 2. Name That Year, served up by Sendik's.
Look, Jaden Reed, he's got return skills. He's got a lot of appealing qualities. stop running him on jet sweeps and pop passes, because sometimes they work and sometimes he gets absolutely obliterated by a tackler, and then he's walking around with a bad shoulder and a chest injury. Use him in a way that also protects him from being too nicked up to be productive. And I think Matt LaFleur has said that on the record, that is something they need to do a better job of.
What year was that? Tausch?
Jayden Reed going into year 4.
I would say that you could have said that coming. Jason probably will say that tomorrow, would be my guess, because he got banged up last year. I will say 2023.
Jason?
I believe that was last year after he had played his first 2 seasons and led the team in receiving, but had dealt with a number of nagging injuries. Ironically enough, he suffers a broken collarbone on a traditional wide receiver play and a sick touchdown catch that was also wiped out not only by his injury but by a penalty. But I'm going to say that was last year, 2025.
One of you is right, and it is Jason. That was last year's State of the Packers show, but interestingly enough, you talk about Jayden Reed potentially suffering an injury, and then he did suffer what proved to be a season-ending injury.
In a more traditional manner than getting blown up by a linebacker coming around the corner.
How's the conversation going to go about Jayden Reed tomorrow?
Well, Gabe is a hater, and he claims he's not a hater. He claims he just says, he doesn't play enough snaps, and he's a low snap count guy. But I am a big Jayden Reed guy. I think he has some really valuable qualities to the offense. I think he balances out what the other skill position guys in Bill Barnwell's piece do. And I think if he's healthy, he's going to have a very big year. So that's where I stand.
Last clip, name that year, served up by Sendik. I don't think the name of the player is provided in this one. This is going to be the hardest one, I think. So let's see if you can figure out who Jason is talking about and then which year this was said on the State of the Packers show, which debuts at noon until 3 tomorrow
2023.
on ESPN Wisconsin.
I think they are encouraged and hopeful. I think they held him out of the offseason program because there was no upside in having him twist his knee, half speed, 11 on 11. But when you get your hopes up the way they did last year, and remember, they opened the window to practice in early October, they activated him in early November, and then he had a setback. And then he wasn't able to go. Then they play him in one game at the end of the regular season. Then he's not ready for the playoff game. Matt LaFleur did say that had they advanced, they thought he would have played in an NFC championship game. So I would cling to that as, hey, they're just being smart with him, as old Mike McCarthy used to say.
Do you know who you're talking about? And do you know what year you said that, Jason?
I think I know who I'm talking about.
Tausch, you want to guess first then?
Well, what do you mean he thinks he knows? Who is he talking about? I'm trying. I just want to rephrase this.
I was ready to tell you who it was. Then Jesse jumped in. I believe I am talking about David Bakhtiari there.
Were you thinking the same thing, Tausch?
I wasn't. No, I was trying to clarify what that all, because it was, there's a lot going on in that clip. That was a good clip. Great clip selection by you. Well, if it's David Bakhtiari, it has to be 2021. The season. I'm going to say the State of the Packers would be 2020. I'm going to say 21. I feel good about 2021.
So if my memory serves, and I think the key there is that Matt LaFleur said that had the Packers advanced, he would have played in an NFC championship game. So I think you're on the right track there. The 2021 season, he plays in that meaningless finale in Detroit at Rodgers' behest, then can't play against the 49ers, even with the extra week of a bye, and then he would have played had they not lost that game in the NFC Championship game. That was the 2021 season, but that would mean that we were having the conversation in the summer of 2022. So I'm going to say the summer of 2022.
Okay.
Jason's got it.
Correct.
Jason's got it. Nicely done, Jason. You remember more about State of the Packers than you remember about this show for 10 years. That's crazy.
Yeah, he does. Those are 3 really good clips. You did a great job with that. I will admit that I was initially skeptical, but you did a great job. And even though you violated the spirit of the law of our Name That Year served up by Sendik, I thought it worked out well in the end. And it always works out well. I can guarantee you this. On our way back from Summerfest tomorrow, we will stop at the Sendik in Mequon and get fresh fruit that's cut up to eat on the drive home, get some other snacks, and I will probably try and take an extra bag or 2 because I love those red bags that they have because we love our partnership with Sendik.
We do, and we're less than 10 days away from America's 250th anniversary celebration, and Sendik has everything you need for your 4th of July cookout. Fresh ground sirloin, just $6.99 a pound. Sendik's homemade brats and Italian sausages, only $5.99 a pound. Wild-caught Alaskan Copper River coho salmon fillets, just $14.99 a pound. And if you're looking for easy entertaining, if you're a big party thrower like Jason, fresh marinated chicken kebabs, just $7.99 a pound. Sendik signature taco dips, homemade Italian pasta salad, both just $6.99, and creamy coleslaw, $3.99 per pound. And don't forget the cookout favorites. Get 2 large bags of Lay's or Wavy Lay's potato chips, just $5. 6 packs of 16-ounce Pepsi products, only $3.29 each. 4th of July, spend time with family and friends and let Sendik handle the food. Sendik, your trusted local grocer for the past 100 years.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We always wrap up the show and wrap up the week on Fridays with Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints, which, spoiler alert, we're going to talk a little bit about the John Moser Radiothon that our teammates in Beaver Dam do every year. I was talking to Wally Lukaczynski about it. They do an awesome job. I've appeared on it in the past, but we're going to talk about that as our Feel Good Friday. But we cannot end the show without sharing the actual, and now Jesse has worked very hard to have this ready. We will introduce Mark Tauscher to the Two-Fisted Slopper. We will do that and Feel Good Friday. Our clip of the day and Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. In some ways, they're both feel-good stories. Tausch meets the Slopper. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Packers.
There's more question marks now.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
There's just more uncertainty with this group than there was even pre-Micah last year.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, and it's another Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. Coming up to close out today's show, we'll share some of our favorite feel-good stories of the week. Well, you already know that we're celebrating Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary this summer. But did you know Hallman Lindsay is celebrating its 70th anniversary? As part of that celebration, Hallman Lindsay is offering a special buy one, get one 70% off sale from June 29th to July 3rd. Stop into any of Hallman Lindsay's Madison area locations and take advantage of this incredible anniversary offer. Hallman Lindsay branded paint, primer, stain, and texture products. All buy one, get one for 70% off. Again, this special anniversary sale runs June 29th through July 3rd. Hallman Lindsay celebrating their 70th anniversary. And if that's not enough to feel good about, stay tuned for Feel Good Friday coming up to close out the show, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. ESPN college football writer Bill Connolly recently shared his official Big Ten preview article for the 2026 season. While Wisconsin is not listed as one of the top contenders for the conference title, Connolly does share some praise for the Badgers. He picks quarterback Colton Joseph as one of his favorite transfers of the offseason, says he's confident the Badgers will improve from their 2025 record of 4-8, and states the roster is undoubtedly more talented compared to last year's team. Check out Bill Connolly's full Big Ten preview at ESPN.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Summer is the time to enjoy the outside. Enjoy the deck, the patio, the fire pit, the shade, the screen room, the in-ground pool. Enjoy all of it in your own backyard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's top TimberTech decking installer and can deliver a design and build your next maintenance-free deck with a custom screen room and automated pergola. To get started, stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited's amazing Madison showroom and visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com. Let's build that new backyard with Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Buckin' Honeys. Summer in Wisconsin is too good to spend indoors. And whether you're meeting the crew after work, grabbing dinner before the game, or just looking for a great patio spot, Buckin' Honeys has you covered. Their spacious patios are the perfect place to enjoy award-winning dishes, craft cocktails, and an easygoing atmosphere. Visit their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Waunakee, or Mount Horeb. Grab your people, find a spot on the patio, and make the most of summer at Buckin' Honeys. We'll see you there.
You gotta get down on Friday. It's time to finish the week off right. It's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay.
Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. We will get to that. But first, I always thought this guy needed no introduction. Actually, both these guys, I always thought they needed no introduction. But it turns out they need to be introduced to each other. Mark Tauscher, Packers Hall of Famer. Meet the iconic two-fisted slopper.
This is one of those pain-in-the-neck messages the Brewers are truly sorry to bring you. We hope there isn't a single fan at County Stadium who is having a problem with the obnoxious guy we call the two-fisted slopper. You know, the one who makes up-teen trips to that stand, always interrupting a row or even a section, getting to and from his seat, and gets rowdier with every return trip. To stop the two-fisted slopper, the Brewers have asked fans to drink responsibly. We have told vendors not to serve those for whom that next glass could be that one too many. And we've increased stadium security. If the slopper is still slopping around and affecting your game enjoyment, please let an usher know, or tell a county sheriff, or go to the Fan Assistance Center, located on the main concourse at Section 18. It's either our way or no way for the two-fisted slopper.
That is the two-fisted slopper, an icon, a legend. If he called in on the Yingling guest hotline, he would qualify for the Legends hotline. Tausch, it's kitschy, it's antiquated, but it's got a nostalgic appeal. Your thoughts on your introduction to the slopper?
Yeah, I thought for sure that there would be like oh yeah, no, I've seen that before.
Nope.
And I don't know if I just am not paying attention. That's not, I've been to plenty of Brewer games especially the last 20-some years, and if that's been playing this entire time, I just felt like the way you were explaining it, and I don't know when's the last time you've been to a Brewer game, I thought this ended when County Stadium ended.
Yeah, so did I. But I haven't been to any games.
It does not feel like that's the case. So I'd never seen that before.
Jesse, you were not familiar with them either.
No. And I go to a lot of games. Now, lately, I guess I used to go to 20 or 25 a year, and I was in there for batting practice and all kinds of stuff, so I used to be in there pretty early. I don't know if they...
Maybe you are the two-fisted slobber.
Maybe. I have not seen that before, so it's fun. I like a good cartoon, a good way to tell you to take care of yourself at the game. Yeah, it's fun. So I liked it.
All right. Okay, so you're not familiar with the two-fisted slobber, but you're very familiar with our Feel Good Friday story for today. Feel Good Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. And I believe, unless I got the reporting wrong, that you appeared on the John Moser Children's Radiothon in Beaver Dam, which I think, did it wrap up today? Is it still going on today?
Yes. So the John Moser Good Karma Brands Children's Radiothon is one of my favorite things in the world. For our radio stations where I started my career in Beaver Dam, part of our Good Karma Brands family, they raise money for it's closing in on like 24 local charities, local nonprofit organizations that help various people in various ways. But you talk about the strength of a small community in the greater Dodge County area and all of these great donations that fans call in with, that partners call in with and support with. It's just an incredible, incredible operation. I had the chance to go up there and host 2 hours of the 27-hour radiothon, which started at 6 a.m. Central Time yesterday and concluded at 9 a.m. this morning with an announcement that our Good Karma Brands John Moser Children's Radiothon.
Drum roll.
Yeah. It's not only did it set a new record for a single year with $180,000 raised for local organizations this year alone, all the different events leading up to this radiothon, and of course over the last 27 hours as well. But over 22 years, they have eclipsed $3 million raised for local organizations, which that announcement actually occurred while I was on with Cale Zomer last night with the Good Karma Brands John Moser Children's Radiothon. So I got to pop some confetti. We had balloons. It was a really fun deal when we found out
timing.
That $3 million eclipsed this year over 22 years. For little old Dodge County, as Cale said last night, that is pretty darn impressive, and it shows you the strength and the support of all the people that live in Dodge County and its surrounding communities, all the people who are involved with the radio stations there, and from Cale to Wally to Sherry to the news team to everybody that's been involved over all of these years, of course, going all the way back to John Moser and Uncle Bill themselves. Congratulations, eclipsing $3 million and setting a new record over $180,000 raised for local organizations in Dodge County this year.
So when I hosted it, my 2-hour shift a number of years ago, we auctioned off items. Is that still what we're doing?
Oh yeah, yep. We had.
So what did you have? What were your items that you during your 2-hour window were auctioning off?
We had handcrafted picnic tables, a beautiful cedar handcrafted picnic table. You could smell it. It was outside the front of the stage. You could smell the cedar as you walked into the station yesterday. A fantastic centerpiece for a beautiful backyard. We had Wisconsin Badgers volleyball tickets. One of my personal favorites that I put in a bid on, did not win. I was outbid. Beer for a year from a couple of different local breweries.
You are the two-fisted slobber.
Yeah, talk about unlimited chicken and seafood buffet from one of the local supper clubs for the span of a year. Incredible prize, and there were all kinds of different things. There's gift packages, there's gift certificates. As I was driving home, a Chicago White Sox exclusive experience from our friends at ESPN Chicago donated, and I texted a couple of my White Sox friends. I said, guys, if I can get this for $250, I'd go to an all-you-can-eat and drink tailgate at a White Sox game, sit in a suite.
Ashton Rotman won.
There's some interest there. It ended up going up as the auction went on, but an just an incredible assortment of things. And it was, of course, as our company has grown, the prizes have in ways grown as well. So tailgate experiences in Green Bay and Madison. The sports component is pretty significant. Brewers stuff, Bucks stuff, but also a lot of the other great gift packages that you can get and a lot of local flavor to all the auction items as well.
Well, kudos to everybody. That's awesome that
said.
The team puts that together. And Jesse, you've been a big part of that Beaver Dam team for a while too. So, kudos to everybody. Well done.
And one little factoid before we say goodbye: the Two-Fisted Slopper made his debut in 1985, according to random posts and a few others that have pointed that out. All right, fun day today. We will be back on Monday. Thanks for coming along for the ride.
Apple TV Plus.
So instead of promoting tomorrow's show at Summerfest, you decided to promote Apple TV Plus.
Just a reminder.
Thanks a lot.
Just a reminder.
Stay to the Packers tomorrow at Summerfest. Have a great weekend. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit everlightroofing.com to get started today. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhafels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendik, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
Hey Madison, it's Rich Eisen. Join me for the Rich Eisen Show, weekdays noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management service in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. The Milwaukee Brewers playing host to the rival Chicago Cubs tonight and this weekend at American Family Field. It's the first time the Cubs are returning to Milwaukee since Game 5 of the NLDS last year. That went well for the Brewers in a 3-1 victory. Miz pitched well out of the bullpen in that Game 5 last year. Miz gets the start on the mound on another Friday night tonight in Milwaukee. 6:45 first pitch. Pre-game coverage starts just after 6 o'clock following Molly and Jim right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. And we might have more people tuned in tonight than usual because tonight's game is televised, streaming exclusively on Apple TV Plus. It is not available on over-the-air television or on Brewers TV. Streaming exclusively on Apple TV Plus. Be nice to your servers if you're out for a fish fry tonight, asking them to turn the game on. They won't be able to find it in the usual place. It's only on Apple TV Plus. Rich Eisen next.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
And look, you can find us everywhere. Watch us weekdays on Disney Plus from noon to 3 Eastern. Miss the show? We've got a podcast so you can listen anytime. But here's the best part. Our YouTube channel. Subscribe at youtube.com/Rich Eisen Show and you'll never miss a moment. Now, on with the show.
Oh my God, you guys are my favorites.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
The one and only
Rich Eisen.
I know what I'm talking about. That's the headline.
The Rich Eisen Show with guest host Brian Weber.
I mean, honestly, he's brilliant.
Brian Weber.
I've got a long resume. Google me, it saves time.
From the Rich Eisen Show studio in Los Angeles. And now, sitting in for Rich, it's Brian Weber.
It is another hour of the program, and it's great to have you with us, Rich and the fellas, enjoying a well-deserved day off. Always a delight. Keep the chair warm. We move quickly whenever I'm lucky enough to fill in for Rich, but I'll always carve out time to hear from you. 844-204-RICH. That is 844-204-7424. Or you can hit me up on X, BW Weber, Weber with 2 B's. Hope you're enjoying the program. However you're consuming it, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. Tune in, and I will do my best to have better clock management skills, because coming up in 20 minutes, we will integrate our first guest. We'll get back to the World Cup analysis. Yes, the United States is not going to go undefeated. On our way to the impossible dream of a World Cup victory. They lost last night. We lost last night. Turkey in the final seconds of stoppage time, but it was meaningless. It was a glorified exhibition because the United States had played so well, already lock up a spot in the round of 32 knockout play against Bosnia-Herzegovina coming up on Wednesday in Santa Clara, California. We will look ahead to that high-stakes match when we're joined by Stephen Goff, who covers soccer for Yahoo Sports. If you missed the first hour, and where you been, I realize I come across as needy. Some of that is an act. It's an interesting, at least I think interesting as a solo host, balancing act that I do get your feedback on Twitter. Hey, Radio Man, who over enunciates, why do you read the phone number like a carnival barker if you don't take phone calls? And I want to be transparent. I'm not doing Bobby the Brain Heenan, and I made an hour and 2 minutes without a wrestling reference. I am not projecting I am better than you, humanoids, you ham and eggers. I read the phone number because I'm interested in your opinions, but a lot of your thoughts are better to be passed along on social media. I refer everything to our outstanding staff in Bristol, Connecticut. And if you can't get past James Steele and the team, we're not putting you on the air. So this is not a bit. I am not reading a phone number just to troll you. And to be completely candid, as I look at the clock and I'm wasting precious seconds, contradicting myself once more, I got about 4 hours of content I'm trying to get into our 3-hour framework together. And unless it is a spectacular thought, perhaps you should head over to the X platform and we'll have at it after the show. Coming up, in addition to the soccer analysis, hitting the NBA hard here in 45 minutes. What does Austin Reeves, getting paid a max deal, the most money ever going to an undrafted player? Good for him. He's limited defensively, and he's not been phenomenal in the postseason. I'll be kind, especially because I'm coming to you from the Lakers flagship station here in Southern California, ESPN LA 710. What does that deal mean for LeBron James? And since we're talking NBA, after a series of significant and bold moves this week, kicked off by Giannis taking his talents to Miami, a draft that was so alluring on a Big Word Friday. We had, at the end of the year, a third of the league going, thank you very much, to maximize their draft possibilities. In Washington, I have no idea whether they're throwing all that money at Trae Young, but they have a transformational player now with A.J. DeBonsa. And then we had the deal involving LaMelo Ball to the T-Wolves yesterday. I'll save that momentarily because I think it's always better to look forward. And in this league, it's always about who's the next star to go. And in this instance, undeniably, it feels like it's Jaylen Brown because things leak for a reason. And not to revert back to the knee-jerk psychological view of these things, but if you're Jaylen Brown or Team Jaylen Brown, how do you feel about being shopped so publicly for Giannis? And this comes in the wake of a year ago being connected to Kevin Durant trade talk, coming off a season in which you carried the Celtics without Jason Tatum. That team had no business being as good as they were, primarily because it was the Jaylen Brown experience. He balled out in a major way. He's been named to the second team All-NBA squad twice, and now he has to feel a little bit like he's been left out on the curb. He is damaged goods somehow, or the Celtics just view him as expendable and a bit of a duplication with Tatum And one more thought about how Boston could see things based on what Brown did last year with Derek White and Peyton Pritchard. And I'm Brian Weber in for Rich. Let's keep the conversation going on the X platform. BW Weber, Weber with 2 B's. And coming up, as mentioned, in 15 minutes, we talk soccer. The fallout from the World Cup loss last night in a meaningless game to Turkey for Team USA when we check in with Stephen Goss of Yahoo Sports. Perhaps Brad Stevens, who I think is one of the sharpest GMs in all of sports, looked at last year's result and said, all right, do we need 2 Supermax players in Tatum and Brown based on what Brown did without Tatum when he was gone for the majority of the regular season with the torn Achilles that he suffered in that shocking playoff loss to the Knicks last year? Maybe we view, and clearly they do for the right price, Brown as expendable, and we go Tatum, White, and Pritchard, and more. But that's how I see things. Let's check in with somebody who is much better sourced, the most connected man in all of basketball, ESPN senior NBA insider, Shams Charania, discussing the future of Jaylen Brown on NBA Today.
The biggest name that I hear right now on the trade front is Jaylen Brown of the Celtics. The Celtics are actively engaged with multiple interested teams in Jaylen Brown. And around the league, the word is right now that the Celtics are discussing deals with a purpose. Jaylen Brown has 3 years left on his deal at a Supermax clip. But we know they made an offer of Jaylen Brown and 2 first-round picks for Giannis Antetokounmpo. They didn't get Giannis. And now they are discussing deals with multiple teams around Jaylen Brown. And so technically there is an urgency because of the length of his contract. But depending how this offseason goes, depending how long this trade situation develops, the urgency could start on either end of the spectrum of this. There's no doubt these hard conversations between the Celtics and Jaylen Brown are continuing to go on.
And according to reports, those teams that have been in the mix in terms of conversations by the Celtics to shop Jaylen Brown around the league. I mentioned Kevin Durant last year. The Rockets have a ton of assets, even after the trade they had with the Suns to get KD to come to Houston. The Cavaliers have been mentioned for Evan Mobley. That is intriguing. But as I think about, say, Houston and Brown, probably a better fit, and we're going back to trying to get into the head, or at least the mindset of Jaylen Brown, because there have been rumblings over the last few years that, quote-unquote, he wants to be the man. And there had been some internal dissension in Boston, even this year when he was the man, feeling underappreciated. Do you go to Houston, knowing that Kevin Durant is still a bucket, but he's in the twilight of his career? Do you go there with the assumption you're the superstar in waiting? And in this league, you got to have at least 2 transcendent players to have a shot. Houston is interesting. And Jaylen Brown, while he is on the level, and I don't want to go over the top with hyperbole, he's on the level. He's not Giannis, but he's 1 tier below of any star that you would want to build around. And Houston already has that promising foundation. Go back to a couple of years ago. They were the 2 seed, not ready for the postseason, lost to the Warriors in the first round. This year, I'll give them an asterisk because of the Kevin Durant injury, losing to the Lakers, although they did rally to make it interesting. And you know about Ahmed Thompson and Şengün and the rest of their core assets. Cleveland, from a Jaylen Brown point of view, if you didn't like being the number 2 to Tatum, if you didn't want to go Pippen and Jordan, although I don't want to reach that hard, if you don't want to be Robin to Batman, how are you going to feel on a Cleveland roster that already has Spider Mitchell and James Harden is going to stay? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. The Blazers are thrown out there, but the Blazers are mentioned in every bizarre NBA trade machine outcome that you can get. Let's just put that one out there as who knows, because that is becoming the epitome of a dysfunctional organization with the ownership change. And Atlanta has been mentioned. And I may or may not have been in this chair the week of the NFL draft. I have vague recollections of being here when the Hawks rallied from 14 points down against the Knicks at MSG And I may or may not have predicted that the Hawks were going to knock the Knicks out, making New York one and done. I think that happened. We're going to have to check the tape. But irrespective of another lame prediction by your fill-in host, Atlanta is a good young team led by Jalen Johnson, willing to trade Trae Young, who got that ridiculous deal from the Wizards. And Atlanta played much better after the Young deal. So Brown to Atlanta, and I think we moved the Hawks up from the middle of the pack to that different stratosphere in the East that I'm not ready to put Miami in because, yes, you have a generational talent in Giannis to run with Mr. 83 points. I'm still trying to process how Bam Adebayo got to 83 other than it came against the Wizards. But to get Giannis, based on everything they gave up, Miami has absolutely no shooters. Got to fill that roster out. And I know we all gravitate towards gambling, which is the lifeblood of sports media now. Sometimes, though, the odds are out there just to get people interested. Miami vaulted up, depending on which sports book you're looking at, to third or fourth best odds in the East to win the championship. To me, that's just a farce. It's still, depending on what happens to Jaylen Brown, I got Boston. I was a Knicks fan a billion years ago, so I'm happy they won the title, but I will point out in passing, 3 consecutive opponents had to play a Game 7. The Spurs led by 12 points or more in all of the games in the NBA Finals, and they blew the biggest lead ever we've seen in the NBA championship round. But you got to put the Knicks right there, depending on if James Dolan is going to continue to write big checks, even if they wind up in the second apron. We'll talk about that in 30 minutes when we get to LeBron as well. But Miami would be below Detroit. Good young team, and it looks like, according to all the reports, they're going to keep Jalen Duren, even though he disappeared in the postseason. I put Miami above Cleveland, but we're only now talking top 4 with Giannis. What happens if Brown winds up in the ATL? That's the name we're going to be tracking moving forward. I will pause on the NBA for now. I have a lot of question marks about this LaMelo Ball deal. Namely, what are the T-Wolves going to do in the paint? Because I understand wanting the salary dump of Julius Randle, and he's got to feel wonderful, right? He got traded for Cat. He wins the first title in New York City in 53 years, and now Julius has been exiled to Brooklyn. But with no Randle and no Naz Reid, what do the Wolves do in the post in a rugged Western Conference? And I need to see Ball and Anthony Edwards coexist. I realize, theoretically, LaMelo, who finally did play a full season last year after battling injuries in recent years, is a dynamic playmaker. He's there so Ant doesn't get double-teamed, but this feels like it has the ability to be highly combustible. And we'll pause the NBA thoughts now, get back to it coming up in just over a half hour. But straight ahead, we continue to have World Cup fever catch it. What are reasonable expectations for Team USA moving forward as they get set to take on Bosnia-Herzegovina coming up in knockout play, the round of 32 on Wednesday in the San Francisco Bay Area? We'll find out when we check in with Stephen Goff of Yahoo Sports. I'm Brian Weber, always having a good time with you when I'm in for Rich. We continue on The Rich Eisen Show.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-90.